What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Backseat Ball Players. I'm James. That's Timmy. That's Junior. You all
Welcome back
remember from
again.
last week?
What's up,
Absolutely.
guys?
All right, so this week we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to break these next two divisions down. They're a lot more fun to talk about, in our opinion. So we're going to do the NFC South on this episode. Obviously, we're here in Georgia, so we're all Falcons fans. They question whether or not I'm a Falcons fan or not. We'll find out by the end of this. But yeah, we're just going to go through the NFC South, man, and the news and notes and things we see and things we like, things we don't like, and we're going to make our picks at the end. We're going to do the NFC North on the next episode. So NFC North's kind of stacked. They had three teams make the playoffs last year? So
And it kind of just ended up that way because we're doing the South in one episode.
Yeah.
It just felt like it was right. But the NFC North has a lot to talk about in
Yeah.
general, just with everything going on.
I feel like the South's going to run a little bit, so we'll see. All right, well, first I guess we can start with the Saints. I mean,
The Aints.
yeah, I mean we all don't like the Saints, so but there's really not a lot going on. I mean, who do you think is going to be the starting quarterback? Who do you think's got the leg up?
Right now it's probably Tyler Shuck, or however you say his name.
Yeah.
He had a better first preseason game, but there's two more to go. There's still more camp to go.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I think he has the job. That's not really saying much for the Saints, in my opinion. Fan bias aside, I just don't think that quarterback room has got much to prove.
In my opinion, it doesn't really matter. I think both quarterbacks are probably whoever wins the job will probably be rated as one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the league. So
let me ask you a question. Do you think, because I thought of this myself, do you think that either one is just going to be a placeholder? Because I personally, I think the Saints are going to be bad enough to get a top quarterback
pick,
next year.
And you got Drew Aller, people were saying Arch Manning, but
he may not come out. Yeah,
I don't think he's going to come out. But
there was
got Garrett Nusselmeyer that's probably going to go to the draft.
Yeah, and that's
Klubnik.
Carson Beck if he bounces back.
He'll be eligible.
That's possibly the case because there was a little bit of hype around Spencer Rattler last year.
He started a couple games.
He had early hype in college. He was a Heisman finalist for a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah,
and so just lost
in Oklahoma.
Value,
if he doesn't get the nod,
Williams showed up.
If he doesn't get the nod, then we really know where Spencer Rattler's at in his career. Like that's it, right?
The problem is he just got drafted.
Y'all may kill me for this, but you know who Spencer Rattler reminds me of, really? Desmond Ritter.
Oh no, I'm with you. He does remind me of Desmond Ritter. Yeah.
Me personally, I agree with you. It's only one game, but Tyler Shuck just looks the part to me.
Even though he had an awful pick six,
but he bounced back. That's big.
Throw.
That's big. But you got to bounce back.
It was a good throw. Also, it was a good pass. I'll say that. But the pick six that he threw, it was like that. It was like that Kirk Cousins game against the Chargers, where it was literally just like.
As Tech fans, we saw what Shuck's capable of.
It's true. That's also ACC football.
That is true.
But other than that, the only like real,
Kamara, baby, come on.
I'll give it up to you, man. He's had Kamara on his fantasy team since we started. What do you think, man? Big things for Kamara?
He hasn't died yet, man. He still went. I think he had 1,500 total last year.
But he did have Derek Carr at quarterback. Do you think there's something to be said about teams being like he's all they have?
I'm nervous about this year. I really feel like defenses are going to key in on him, and it could actually be good for the quarterbacks if defenses key in on Kamara. You may find some receivers wide open downfield. So
Shaheed's coming back. Yeah. Chris Olave is still there. We'll see if he can stay healthy. The only reason why he's had so many concussions.
Yeah, they brought in Brandon Cooks.
They have a pretty decent receiving core, in my opinion. It's just there's so many questions. There's so many question marks, in just everything. They spent their last 4 first-round picks on offensive line, and their offensive line still is okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And then you have Juwan Johnson at tight end. He's serviceable. You have you have just holes in a lot of plays, especially on defense. Cam Jordan was in his 13th year.
Yeah.
You got.
You want to talk about a guy?
Lattimore
you talk about a guy that just won't quit.
Yeah, true. Tyrann Mathieu
retiring.
Dryer.
Yeah.
I mean, the roster doesn't look sexy, that's for sure.
No,
So
it's
a lot
not.
of just like when you look at the team, it's like, man, these are just guys. Like there isn't just from a fan's perspective. I don't expect much.
I mean, and Taysom Hill's like supposedly on like cut block or trade block right now.
Yeah.
What is Taysom Hill?
Taysom Hill.
He's a do-it-all guy. I mean,
you know who reminds me of Taysom Hill in college? Haynes King reminds me a little bit of Taysom Hill. I'm not gonna lie.
Taysom Hill's a little bigger.
He's a little bigger, but Haynes King is like I feel like Haynes King
Haynes King is fast now.
Now, when you said what is Taysom Hill, I only think of one thing when I think of Taysom Hill: Falcon killer.
Yeah,
true,
for real.
Like
guaranteed 2 touchdowns.
It seems like
you can't tackle the guy.
Yeah, it seems like he shows up out of nowhere when the Saints play the Falcons. Like
he'll
have like a quiet
generational game against the Falcons twice a year, and then
to your point though, I think Taysom Hill might be one of those guys like kind of a saint for life. Like maybe if they do decide to cut him, he may just hang him up.
Yeah.
I couldn't see him playing in another uniform. It's weird.
What if the Saints are doing something sneaky behind the scenes and they're like, "Hey Taysom, you're our guy. We got formation for you."
I mean, but the Saints have a new head coach, so
I mean,
we'll see what he can do. With
can we honestly say? I mean, this might be a little out there, but can we honestly say with a straight face he wouldn't be a better quarterback than Schuff or fucking?
I mean, right now,
Rattler.
As of right now, I don't think we've seen enough of him like actually snapping the ball every snap though.
They just run the Wildcat with him every play.
He just runs like he has it.
Yeah,
he's gone. He's gone. He doesn't. I mean, he's thrown the ball like 3 times in the last 2 years.
I think we can all agree as Falcons fans, like we're looking forward to seeing the Saints be bad. Like
and Taysom Hill, we're happy to see you go, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy your retirement. Cam Jordan,
you can go. You can go too. Why
not? Follow him. Jesus Christ.
Marshawn Lattimore, I'm glad he's gone.
It's a new era for the Saints, man.
Yeah. We'll see.
Kellen Moore's there, so I mean, I think he's a decent offensive line.
Yeah.
And their defense hasn't been like awful.
Yeah.
It's just we gotta see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. All right. So then now we got Carolina.
Man, I got a bone to pick with Carolina. I don't even like dislike Carolina this much.
Yeah.
But Bryce Young had like 3 good games at the end of the year last year, and everyone's saying that they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
What do they do on defense?
Well, see, you answered the first question I had for the Panthers is which Bryce Young will we get?
Well, I mean,
who's the real Bryce Young?
I don't even care about what Bryce Young they get. Who do they have on defense? They didn't get any better on defense at all.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like literally at all.
They
lost players.
They slugged out a lot of high scoring games. I think the last game against us went to overtime. It was like what 40 something. Like it was up there. Yeah, it was up there. So, I mean, the defense it's probably going to be just as bad as it was.
Yeah.
I mean, their first round pick was Ted McMillan. They didn't want to pass up on that talent at wide receiver. Understandable, sure. But you still got like more receivers in free agency.
Yeah.
And then didn't really do much with your defense.
Yeah, they did nothing with defense.
Literally nothing.
That's what I wrote here. I would actually consider Carolina to have a crowded receiver room right now.
I mean, they picked up Hunter Renfrow just because they were bored.
Yep.
They got Adam Thielen still.
Yep.
They got Xavier Legette. They have
and these are all guys that are like
they got
battling for 3rd and 4th on the depth chart.
They drafted Ted McMillan. They had that guy from last year, the undrafted free agent that went crazy.
Yep.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But I mean, they have like a crowded receiver room, in my opinion, right now. And their running backs, I mean, you got Chuba Hubbard, Jonathan Brooks is injured again.
Chuba.
Yeah, that's his running back. Jonathan Brooks is injured again.
Yeah, I mean, done for the year. Will not play.
Their tight end is Jatavion Sanders. He didn't really show much promise last year. And their offensive line is good. I'll give them that. They did what they did on their free agency on offensive line.
Yep.
And they made it a million times better. But
I think just because of the weapons they added to Bryce Young, I expect the offense to be better. I expect them.
I mean, the offense should be better.
Well, in the second year under the head coach too.
I expect.
Dave Canales is a good. I think he's a good head coach.
Yeah.
I think he has a strong sense of where he's trying to get the team to go.
That was the other guy. They also in the 6th round they took Jimmy Horn Jr. at receiver as well.
But right now he's like the 7th receiver on the depth chart.
Yeah.
So okay, cool.
The guy you're talking about, I believe, is Jalen Coker.
Yeah, Jalen Coker. Thank you.
Yeah.
But they did all that, they really want their offense to be good, and then their defense just got
Well,
worse. in my opinion.
what is their identity? I think their identity is they focus on the run.
I mean, they
game.
re-signed.
I think what you said. I think their identity is they're going to try to outscore everybody.
Yeah.
Because I think they ain't got no choice.
They're going to run you to death. Chuba's going to run you to death,
and hey, Jonathan Brooks is out again, but they did bring in, for what it's worth, Rico Dowdle was a 1,000-yard back last year in Dallas.
Yeah.
So they got him too. So they got depth there. I think it's just Bryce Young. Like I said, that first question, man, which Bryce Young are we getting? Are we getting the number 1 overall pick? Or are we getting the guy that looked like a deer in headlights and looked like he ain't going to be able to play in the NFL?
I don't know, man.
I don't expect him to be as bad this year. I think now that we saw at the end of the last year, man, when he settled in, I mean, he picked apart the Falcons defense. I mean,
but let's be fair. That was Falcons defense with Jimmy Lake still a defense coordinator.
Well, yeah, but I still think that, he has game time. He has minutes.
He showed promise. I mean,
he's
still
a talented quarterback. He still has a great arm. Now that he's kind of caught up with the game, because you could tell he wasn't ready.
I mean, the first game of the year against the Saints.
Yeah, and now that he's kind of caught up with the speed of the game. You can tell at the end of the year he was a little more.
Comfortable. He was a lot more.
Yeah, a little more comfortable, and he just kind of was poised in the pocket, and he was.
I think Dave Canales really helped with that. But.
So I really expect him to have a bigger year. I don't. Let's see, yardage. I mean, still not 4,000.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. But
I don't think so either.
I think you might get like 3,800.
Well, I mean,
they're going to be pass heavy. I think.
I think it depends on like you said, what is their identity? In my opinion, if you want to put yourself in the best position to win games, then I don't think he's going to throw a lot, because they need to run the ball so their defense isn't on the field a lot.
That's true.
Now, if Canales wants to just go out there and show what kind of offensive mind he has, then Bryce Young, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
He has targets everywhere.
Man, well, I hope he comes out, from a fantasy perspective, I hope he comes out slinging the ball everywhere, and that'll open some lanes for Chuba, because at that case, I'm going to have a big year. But
and whoever gets Tet, that'll help them too.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they will be a better team. I don't think they're quite yet a fringe playoff team, as I've been hearing everywhere.
Yeah,
I've heard like multiple times, like Carolina Panthers are going to beat the Falcons. They might end up beating the Buccaneers for the NFC South division. What are we talking about, guys? Like, come on.
See,
the only thing they did on their defense was re-sign J.C. Horn. You're not going to save the division with that re-sign. He can't do everything. He's a very good quarterback.
We're gonna make our predictions for the division later, but I mean, I don't see any chance they even sniff the playoffs, because to me it's between them and the Saints and who's going to finish last in the division.
Oh yeah,
I
think the Saints finish.
And I don't
like I always say, we could be completely wrong and everything just flipped upside down.
Yeah.
But on paper, that's what I'll preface.
Yeah.
On paper, the Saints and the Panthers are worse teams than the Bucs and the Falcons.
Yeah.
And I'm putting bias aside.
Yeah.
We got much better on defense and stayed the same on offense, and with an already good offense.
Yeah. I don't think that you're going to get 3 teams out of this division in the playoffs either.
Oh no.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
I think if you get a second,
you're like, oof,
yeah.
You're doing good.
No, I meant to say 2. I don't think you're getting 2 teams.
Oh, you don't think there's 2 coming out? Okay.
I mean,
dude, if you look around the NFC, like we're gonna talk about the North next week, but dude,
it's a stat, yeah.
I mean,
the NFC South has been like clowns.
We already talked about the West.
And hey, the last place team in the NFC North last year, the Bears.
Yeah.
He loves the Bears.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do. I'm not picking on you like a lot. I like the Bears.
Yeah.
And you got the Lions, Vikings,
look
Packers.
how much they got better.
Yeah, and you got the Lions, Vikings,
That's
Packers.
next week, but
yeah, and then you look at the NFC East, which we talked about. You got the Cowboys, you got the Eagles, you got the Commanders. Then you look at the NFC West, you got the Niners, Cardinals, Seahawks, Rams. I mean,
there's a lot of teams that are going to be fighting.
I just don't see it.
It's kind of like it was last year. I mean, all 4 teams in the South were underwhelming, really. Yeah.
And we beat the Bucs twice.
It came down really to the last couple of weeks.
It came down to us choking it away,
where we kind of played our way out of the playoffs, but like.
The Bucs kind of just,
the Buccaneers really didn't take the division. Like, it was just
no, because they lost to the Cowboys.
It seemed to me like they were just kind of the survivors.
Yeah.
Like, they did just enough to get by. And
they lost to the Cowboys, and that was like, okay, if we beat the Commanders, we're in.
I kind of
And
see.
then we lost the Commanders, and then we was kind of.
I kind of see. I kind of see something similar happening this year. I think we'll get to the Falcons, but I think the Falcons will be better.
Well, that's a good segue. You brought the Buccaneers. We'll move on to them now. Couple of news and notes. Currently, Rachaad White's dealing with a groin injury. Apparently, it's pretty
serious. Right now.
I hate using the word serious, but I mean, he's probably not going to play the rest of the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying it actually opened up a doorway for their rookie they drafted to make the team.
Oh, nice.
The running back there. Obviously, you got Chris Godwin coming back from that dislocated ankle.
Yeah, he's on the pup list, so he'll be out for the first 4 weeks.
However, they drafted Emeka Egbuka, and they still have Jalen McMillan from last year.
And Emeka Egbuka's been turning heads in camp. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be their next.
I'm gonna say they got some young studs at receiver.
Yes,
studs.
They got some guys ready to take over for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Mike Evans is still pumping it. They did everything in their hat to get him that other 1,000-yard season.
Hey, and you know what? I'm going to be the first to admit I hated on Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I did too.
For years. But can we talk about Baker for a second?
Yeah,
this man is getting people paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this until I did the research. This year will be Baker's third offensive coordinator in 3 years in Tampa, because every year his offensive coordinator has gotten a head coach.
Yeah, it was first it was David
Canales and now Liam Cohen.
And then he has the new one this year.
Yeah. So, I mean, Baker's got something to do with that.
Yeah. Well, he's played well.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, one of them went to the NFC South, and then one of them went to the other Florida team.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's played very well.
I think I was not expecting it at all. I'm gonna be the first to admit it. After the Carolina Panthers disaster, when he was there for however long.
Yeah, they just literally said no, thank you.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield were on that team.
Yeah.
And now both of them are having much better careers.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Rams for like 2 or 3 games.
And he had to play.
And he won this first game, but I mean, it was the Raiders.
Thursday night game, yeah.
Let's time out for a second on that one.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, let me try something, in the offseason. It was a free agent. And the Bucs kind of just like rolled the dice.
And he took a shot on himself too.
Mm-hmm.
He took a 1-year prove-it deal, and then he got paid.
And I honestly, I think he was. I guess we can finally say that it wasn't Baker for Cleveland. Like he wasn't the problem. I guess. But
other big one, All-Pro tackle Tristan Wirfs had knee surgery.
Yeah.
He's not like out for the year, but he could miss time.
He's gonna be out for I think the first 4 games.
Yeah.
So that's a big impact on offensive line.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what you said, left tackle.
All-Pro. Yep.
So that would be.
He's probably our best offensive lineman.
That's the
blind side.
That's the blind. Yeah, I was going to say that would be his blind side.
Yeah.
That's going to be. They have a good offensive line though. I think someone will step up. They always have had a.
Is this a situation where they move right tackle to the left, or do they got somebody to?
From what I read, from what I read, they drafted a guy that they're going to throw out there if they have to. They're saying Wirfs. They're crossing their fingers he plays.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he had a procedure. So
yeah, he did have a procedure.
Man,
he's like
linemen are going down.
Yeah. And their defense is still solid. You still got Vita Vea in the middle. Still got.
He will never go away. Oh my gosh. We've got some defensive players in the NFC South. I'll say, my lord,
a lot of them.
Oh my gosh.
Even the Panthers. Through the years.
Brian Burns.
Defense.
Yep. Yeah, that's.
Cam Jordan's still there. Vita Vea still there.
We haven't named a Falcon yet. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah.
That's because they haven't had defenses.
Hey, we got Jesse Bates now. We have Jesse Bates now.
Who's what now? That's
So all right, well let's not waste any more
time. What about Bucky Irvin, man?
Yeah, Rachaad White's out. I think Bucky Irvin, they were splitting carries. Bucky Irving is obviously the go-to guy now. I think he was kind of the go-to guy anyway.
Gosh, man, I'm just so mad I didn't get him.
I had him on my board too. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah. I didn't believe. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, Rachaad White's there.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the running back room was just too crowded because they drafted someone else too. Like they had like 3 backs, and they were all like in the preseason, like, okay, this guy can play, or this guy can play, or this guy can play. We'll see how it goes out.
Yeah.
And then Bucky Irving kind of
just ran. Throw Bucky out there.
Yeah.
He really can play. He's fast.
Yeah.
I think we'll see if he keeps that spark from last year. But I mean, I think he has every opportunity to. They still have a good offensive line.
Yeah. As long as Mike Evans stays healthy and the other guys on offense show up, I think Baker's going to have another big year.
I feel like any running back on the field with Mike Evans should be successful.
You would think.
Yeah,
should
be.
Because it doesn't even matter what you do to Mike Evans. He's going to get open.
He's going to get open.
This is true.
He's going to catch the ball. He's huge. He's just big, man.
Every time I think he won't, he actually does.
He's there. Yeah.
He does.
Absolutely.
So
yeah. So so that's the Buccaneers, or as we like to call them, the Succaneers.
Yuccaneers.
The Yuccaneers.
So
There's another one in there we can't say.
I guess let's not waste any more time.
Dun, 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 dun,
You want to talk about the Falcons?
Let's talk about
I'm gonna have a
rise up.
I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm talking about the Falcons. But this guy, my lord.
Let's talk about him.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about, man?
Yeah.
Since you're so headstrong over here.
What do I want to talk about? Let's see. Do we need to start there? Do we need to start in that spot, or do you want to save that for the end?
Well, let's talk about our first round picks.
Okay.
Jalen Walker and James Pierce.
Hey, my dog.
We saw a little glimpse of them in the first preseason.
My dog, James Pierce, is a monster.
Bro, James Pierce is, I think, like the spark we need on defense.
Yep.
He's fighting our own players.
I was so happy. I was so happy that we traded back into the first round to take him because I wanted him instead of Jalen Walker.
People were like, and people still gave us like stupid, awful. We gave away future draft picks.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. But currently, what we have, like building and like set in stone, is something we haven't had in a while.
I mean, truthfully,
and we haven't seen it yet. Obviously,
we gave our first round pick to the Rams.
Yeah.
But realistically, if you ask Raheem Morris, he expects us to be at least in the conference championship game, which is pick number like 28, 29. So they don't really care.
I mean, what do you say we've been lacking? Like, we've been lacking
that
pressure. We've been lacking edge rush.
So we got two of those guys.
We have our secondary. I mean, our secondary hasn't gone any like slower or anything. We re-signed AJ Terrell last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's been still good, like a really good quarterback. We have Jesse Bates still. We have all these people that we just drafted Xavier Watts.
Yeah,
he's a good safety.
Yeah.
We got him in the third round. People were expecting him to go early second.
They really emphasized building this defense in all season.
And somebody that stuck out to me so far early in camp too, and in that preseason game was Billy Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
He did, dude.
He is a thumper.
Yeah.
He's a thumper.
Is he a linebacker or a safety? Or is he a rover?
He's a tweener.
Yeah.
He's a rover. Yeah.
He's a hitter.
But man,
he's a dare you to come across.
He looks the part though, don't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he can split time.
I think that's something we've missed since Keanu Neal.
Yeah.
We need that guy.
Yeah.
Is he going to get burnt? Probably. But
he don't seem like that coverage guy.
But you do that running back angle across the middle, dare you to throw the ball there.
Yeah.
Dare you.
He'll be there.
Yeah. There's another guy that we brought in that was a veteran.
Leonard Floyd.
Yeah. And then there's another guy.
So Ebiketie.
Yeah, there's another guy at linebacker that we brought in that they think is actually going to make the team and probably start. Yeah.
I
think it was from Houston, I believe.
I can't. I know who you're talking about.
He has like a weird name. Yeah, he has like a weird name.
But I know who you're talking about. He's supposed to be like in the depth chart. And
any help we can get. Come on, bro.
I mean, we got Jordan Fuller. That's a name.
Yep.
We have DeMarco Helms coming back.
We got a lot of guys battling for nickel.
David Onyemata, Ruka Roro.
What about that hit by DeMarco Helms? Man, he tried to knock somebody's head off.
He got burnt the next play.
He did get burnt the next play.
He did get that hit. And it looked good.
Yeah, man. He had the crowd. I was actually there, and man, he had the crowd fired up.
That's his name.
What we're looking.
Divine Diablo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got him.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the mix. I
No,
don't know if he'll start, but he'll be in the mix.
As of right now, he's inside linebacker. Inside linebacker, he's starting next to Caden Ellis.
Yeah, so he's so basically Troy Anderson's kind of gotten.
Yep.
Yeah, Troy Anderson's on the pup list right now still. Yeah, so he's starting. He'll be starting with right there with Caden Ellis, and Caden Ellis has not gone away. He has only gotten better, in my opinion.
I mean,
we signed him 2 years ago off the Saints,
and
I think he's only gotten better.
I think he's been a blessing to the Falcons.
Yes.
Because none of us saw him coming out.
I knew he was I saw him playing for the Saints, obviously, but I mean, I didn't know he would turn out to be like the linebacker that he's been. Like he's been intercepting the ball.
He goes
He's
east
been
to west,
stopping the run.
Like,
He's been pass protecting.
Yeah.
He's been literally doing everything you can ask for a linebacker to do, and doing it at a good level.
And I'll say, man, I've always said this. You know, I've always said AJ Terrell is overrated to me. I just don't think he's good. But I'm going to give him some grace because we have not had a pass rush, and we know how much that helps corners.
Yeah.
You pointed that out last week when we were doing our episode.
you can only do so much against Mike Evans.
He's
the task that we give this man week in and week out.
But here's what bothers me about that. You're right to an extent. However, we paid him to do that.
Well, that's his job. You're right.
Okay.
But at a lot of times he did do that. But there's so much you can. There's only so much you can do.
This is
every down.
This is a quarterback and receivers league now. The receivers like Mike Evans and Jefferson and Jamar, they're going to get theirs.
Look, I know I'm picking on him, but literally there was a game last year that Mike Evans scored touchdowns on back-to-back drives. They're the same exact play on AJ Terrell. It was the same play. I don't even play football, and I know it was the same play.
I mean, we can't also.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You could see it coming and still not be able to stop it. So.
Okay, but again, I'm not trying to take away from Mike Evans. I'm trying to say AJ Terrell is being paid to be that guy.
Yeah.
He's not D. Alford. I wouldn't be picking on D. Alford if he was guarding Mike Evans.
D. Alford wouldn't stand a chance in hell against Mike Evans.
He also stopped some touchdowns from Mike Evans.
Yeah, he's had his moments.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm giving him some grace.
We haven't had the. He's not going to get you a bunch of interceptions. He's not really that kind of defender. He's tall, lengthy, strong. He is a corner designed.
He actually lay the hit.
Yeah, he is a corner designed to guard the big receiver. That's what he is.
And as crazy as it might sound, in today's NFL, in my opinion, the way I look at a team, I don't necessarily want a corner that's a ball hawk. Because you look at what's his name, Diggs out of Dallas.
Yeah,
Trayvon Diggs. Hey, great ball hawk, but guess what? He gets burnt all the time.
That was his biggest flaw. He had the most interceptions. To me,
if AJ Terrell can just hold his own for a little bit, let Jesse Bates get all the interceptions. That's what a safety is to me now.
Yeah.
A safety to me is not the Ed Reed, the John Lynch, that lays the lumber on people anymore. Today, to me, the safety is the one that comes over out of nowhere and intercepts the ball. That's what I'm looking for.
And that's what happened in that Eagles game last year.
Exactly.
I like AJ, man. He's a physical corner. He scraps.
Like I said, with a new defensive line now, I'll give him some grace, and we'll see. We'll see. But
we gotta put pressure on the quarterback.
I agree.
Whether it's sacks. I would love sacks.
Pressure,
I would love sacks. Please, please give us some sacks. But just pressures, hurries, quarterback hurt.
When was the last time you've seen a quarterback not be comfortable in a pocket against our defense?
I was just talking about a guy on the Giants that was drafted. He was the number 4 overall pick on Bill Carter. He ran 6 snaps in that preseason game.
All 6.
3 of those snaps were passing plays, and all 3 of those snaps he got credited with a quarterback hurry or pressure. All 3. And he was you saw it, he was in the quarterback's face every snap. So we need that. We need something big.
We need one of our guys to be that. Honestly.
Speaking of, before we move to the offense, where things are going to get really heated here, I think we'd be remiss without pointing out on defense too. Grady Jarrett's gone.
Grady Jarrett's gone.
That's a big loss.
How do we feel about
that? In my personal opinion, I don't see why we kept David Onyemata but got rid of Grady.
It had to be money.
I guess I know it had to have been money, but David Onyemata was in the same position. No hate to David Onyemata. I think he's still a great defensive player, great on the line and all that. But Grady Jarrett is a Falcon favorite. I can venture to say a Falcon legend. At this point.
I just think we're at this point in his career, the bread he was seeking, and I just don't think the Falcons were quite willing to give him that, especially when we have we've drafted defensive. We drafted.
How do you
say his name last year?
Or as I like to call him, oh no.
Yeah, no. Well, I think he's going to be a big impact this year. Onyemata, we didn't get much out of him last year, but I still think he's going to be a
we have depth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like we have guys like they're not Grady Jarrett, but do you really want to spend that kind of money on him at this point in his career?
Yeah, because then that's
He went to the Bears.
like 2 or 3 guys you're not going to have.
Exactly.
'Cause you're
I
getting
mean, we
that.
got Contavious Street. That's depth. He was solid. On our line, we have Brandon Dorless from Oregon. We drafted him last year. We got Ruka Rororo. We got
I'd rather have
Zach Harrison.
Zach Harrison's still there, and he's really. I think he's going to have another good year, another like step up year.
Let me ask you this: how long do you think it takes before we actually see Jalen Walker and Pierce on
like the
two
starters?
ends?
Like
Starters. Do you think it happens, or do you think it's just rotation?
I think it's going to be more of a rotation this year, but I think you could see them starting as early as week 1.
But I mean,
really,
when you look at Jeff Ulbrich and like his like defensive scheme and like his mind for defense, a lot of the times it's a lot of rotation, a lot of mix and match. You have to look at what the offense is putting out, and then he kind of just like fills holes in what he thinks is needed for what the play call is. I mean, we have a lot of people that can do that now. When you think about it, I mean, we're going to have Jalen Walker, who could be literally anywhere on the line. We have James Pierce Jr., I think he's going to be on the edge. Like he's going to be. I think he will start on the edge.
Yeah.
And then we have Leonard Floyd, who I think will be like swapping out maybe. I mean, because
another guy we didn't mention
is not going to just go away.
Yeah,
he had a pretty good year last year.
And then we forgot about Braylon Trice too.
Yeah, Braylon Trice
is going to be in the rotation.
He was oddly absent from week 1.
He was.
Well, they kept him out because they still wanted to keep him like. You know, he still had that injury. It was a pretty serious injury last year.
Well, he got hurt at this time last year.
So they're kind of just trying to ease him into it. You see, because they don't need to rush him.
Yeah.
Especially right now.
But I've heard good things from fall camp about him. Like I've heard a lot of.
I mean, last year before he got hurt, I was excited about him. I was like, okay, well, we didn't take one in the first round, but
he was.
We got him.
In Washington, he was good. I mean,
he
was their edge rusher.
And he came from a winning program that had made it to the championship game. So. He's got a winning
quarterback.
Yeah, he was a part of that defense, So I think we have a lot of guys in place, and if that's
definitely improved more than the Panthers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going back there.
Yeah.
Because everyone, I don't even hate the Panthers. I'll say it again. Because I mean, I don't really whatever. But
like in the order of teams in our division, we hate the Panthers are last.
Literally, they're literally the last. It goes
Saints,
Bucks.
Panthers.
And then Panthers. Panthers are like whatever.
It's like Panthers, like we don't even hate you, but you're not better than us.
They're like the little brother. I'm a little brother, and they're like the little brother of the NFC South. They're like they try to chime in whenever they're like, "Oh, we have rivals."
Yeah,
you don't have a rival. You don't have a rival. It's the Saints and the Falcons. That's the main rival of the South.
Yeah,
and then I'd probably throw the Saints and the Bucks. They kind of mess with each other.
I think they were more of a rivalry though those few years that it was Breeze versus Brady.
Yeah, I'll give it that. But also Mike Evans and Lattimore.
Yes,
at it
that's true.
A lot.
That's true. That's very true.
They have that, and then the Panthers are just like
they're just there.
there.
You got the Jameis thing,
Like,
he was just part of it.
Yeah, like I don't know. That's just my opinion.
All the Panthers get to say is we had Cam Newton,
and
that's it.
That was, I guess, it. Hey, what happened to the NFC South?
And Steve Smith, one of my favorite wide receivers to watch.
Gosh,
Missed that guy. He was good.
Hey, they had Luke Kuechly.
Yeah. Thomas Davis. Damn good dog.
Yeah, they had some good ones.
Julius Peppers.
How about that guy?
Julius Peppers. Isn't he he's a Hall of Famer.
Was it Charles, what was his name? The other edge rusher?
Charles Harris.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I think so.
Something like that. Yeah.
They had good players.
They had Junior's favorite running back tandem of all time, Thunder and Lightning.
That's right.
Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah.
Now we got Thunder and Lightning. Segue, Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, we're going to get into that, yeah.
Atlanta Falcons offense, Thunder and Lightning.
We've been beating around the bush here.
We have a lot of Thunder. And hey, by the way, I would still trade Thunder for Michael Parsons. Let's do it.
Is your Thunder Tyler Algier? Because I agree if that's the case.
You know, bro, Tyler Algier could start on a team right now.
He could. He really could.
And that's why I'm
crazy.
Bijan is Thunder and Lightning. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's both. So.
All right, so I am of the Falcons faithful that is not bought in.
Oh yeah,
I'm not bought in.
Really?
Not the slightest.
What are we not buying?
Let's see. Where do I start? I think that it is safe to say after this season, I'm going to give him this season. That's it, because everybody's telling me that Michael Penix is the savior of all saviors. and we'll get into that later too. But I think it is safe to say that Kyle Pitts may go down as one of the worst draft picks in NFL history.
Oh, that's a little.
And that's on Terry Fontenot, who's our current GM.
You know how many bad picks there have been in the NFL.
And I'm gonna hold on.
He's been serviceable at least.
Hold on. He was the highest tight end ever drafted in the NFL.
Okay.
Terry Fontenot has to wear that.
Okay.
And he's been a bust. Can we agree? Do we agree he's a bust?
I mean, is he
for where he's been picked?
Well, for where he's been picked, yeah,
what
he is.
contract is he on?
Don't compare him to Travis Kelce.
He's underwhelmed for
Travis
where
Kelce
he was
a
picked.
later round pick.
I know, but he's underwhelmed for where he was picked. But he has still been serviceable. Hold
on. Okay, let me.
He's had a couple injuries.
Let me qualify this.
Let's talk about the quarterbacks he's had to deal with.
That's why I said I'm gonna give him this year.
His 1 year with Matt Ryan.
Yeah, because again.
What, he had over 1,000 yards?
Yes,
he did.
Broke the record.
That's why I said I'm gonna give him this 1 year because that's very true.
Or tied it.
This 1 year, because as I said before, the savior of all saviors, Michael Penix, is here now. He's gonna bring us. He's gonna bring us through.
Penix power, man.
But to qualify what I'm saying is, would Jamarcus Russell have been a bust if he was a 4th round pick? No. He was a bust because where he was drafted. No, he was a bust because where he was drafted.
Nobody would have cared if he was. He wouldn't have been on the field if he was a 4th round pick.
That's the point. Yeah, that's the point. Would Josh Rosen have been a bust if he wasn't the 3rd overall pick? No.
But I mean,
Kyle Pitts was the 4th overall pick.
There has been, and I understand what you're saying, but there has been worse picks before number 4. That, like the receiver for the Lions, he was number 2 overall. What was it? Was it Mike Williams?
Yeah.
I mean,
he was a bust.
That was a bust.
I mean, he had Ryan Leaf.
That's what I'm saying. You're proving my point.
Leaf.
You're proving my point. Kyle Pitts was drafted 4th overall.
Yeah, but
when you look at those,
and he had 1 good year.
But Pitts is still here, though.
You're right.
When you look at those players and then you look at Kyle Pitts is still like actively trying to get better.
Yeah, but if
Jamarcus Russell fell off the face of that.
Right, but if you get,
he didn't even go to the Grand League.
All right, so you're like, so you're saying injuries, right?
He's not even playing in Mexico.
You're saying injuries, right?
We're talking about the 2 worst draft picks.
All right, but look, you brought up. Hold on, but you brought up Kyle Pitts' injuries.
Okay,
right?
He had a year of injuries.
What else have we said about Kyle Pitts that everyone said about Kyle Pitts?
Quarterbacks.
No, he gives up on plays.
We have seen that.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I think
we've seen a little bit of that.
I think he knows because the quarterback play was so bad. Like he was just like, "What are you doing? Like I can't catch that."
Well, but there were some plays he could have got to.
Well, yeah, maybe
that could have changed games.
Maybe.
Now again,
he also changed games for us. He caught the game-winning touchdown to go to overtime against the Commanders.
Well, this game-tying touchdown.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, you know,
because we lost.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm going to get to that later too. So there's Kyle Pitts. You brought up Tyler Algier. I love you bringing up Tyler Algier because this is I'm going to be shitting all over Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris. Okay. Terry Fontenot also drafted Bijan Robinson in the 1st round. Don't care how good he is. Your point. Tyler Algier was 1,000-yard back the year before.
He was.
This is true.
I'm with you on that.
Can we say that was a wasted pick? It remains to be seen. I'll say it remains to be seen. Bijan Robinson is a great running back.
So he had this strategy of
has he helped us?
He was taking the best player available regardless of position. That's
fair.
I'm not knocking the strategy.
That's fair.
Not yet.
Well, okay, when you think about it, okay, so look at all of his 1st round picks. Yeah. The only one that really hasn't panned out yet has been Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Drake London is our wide receiver 1.
Yeah,
he's our X receiver.
And I purposely didn't bring up Drake London for that reason.
Bijan Robinson. He's the number 3 running back in the NFL.
But Drake, he had a couple seasons where he really didn't put up the numbers.
But that was his first 2 seasons with Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder.
But that's what I'm trying to. That's the point I'm trying to make is.
And Tyler Heineke.
Kyle Pitts had a fantastic year with Matt Ryan.
He did have a fantastic.
And then he had that same quarterback that Drake London put up underwhelming numbers. Where if you look at his stats, it's the same. I mean, the common denominator isn't Kyle Pitts and Drake London. It's who was that quarterback. We had bad quarterback play.
And see, I'm gonna take your common denominator of quarterback and bring it back over here to my point. Mm-hmm. The actual common denominator is Terry Fontenot.
Well, yeah,
because he signed Marcus Mariota. He brought in Arthur Sorry-ass Smith for 3 years. He drafted Desmond Ridder. He brought in Taylor Heineke. He did all those things.
But he didn't bring in Taylor Heineke as
he
an
did all those
expectation
things.
To start, guys.
Wait a minute. According to some Falcons fans, Taylor Heineke was going to be the savior that year too.
Okay, well, are we taking Falcons fans?
Are we talking about fans? Are we talking about fans that? Are we talking about fans that live in Lawrenceville, or are we talking about actual like realistic expectations? Like
when you look at Desmond Ridder or Taylor Heineke, everybody said Taylor Heineke was better.
Heineke was laying on a couch.
No, I agree. I agree.
Who expected that man to start?
Dude, I have.
He
did start, by the way. He did start,
bro.
We started like 4 games.
Bro, I had bursted blood vessels in my eyes about the Taylor Heineke versus Desmond Ridder thing. You remember this?
Oh yeah,
I remember.
I was losing my shit.
Yeah.
About this because, like, am I saying Desmond Ridder is the next Lamar Jackson? No, he's obviously not. He's trash. But is Taylor Heineke better? No.
He says it now.
He was better than Taylor Heineke.
He was better.
Taylor Heineke's a career backup.
Yeah.
My point
Ridder's not even backup.
I know,
right
but
that's the problem.
I know.
That's what we were starting.
No, I agree. My point was then, just like my point is now. This is gonna go into my next point about the Cousins versus Penix thing. My point was then, you drafted Desmond Ridder in the 3rd round. You didn't have a lot in him.
Mm-hmm.
Mariota flamed out.
Mm-hmm.
He was a quitter. He was a crybaby. We all saw the quarterback documentary. He quit.
Yeah,
he's a crybaby.
Man, he had a baby.
Just let's see what we have in Desmond Ridder. Let him go. It's going to be bad regardless. But then you flip to Taylor Heineke. You think he's going to help you win games, and then he doesn't. And then you just go back to Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder's confidence is shot.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Desmond Ridder was the last quarterback to beat Tom Brady in the regular season.
But that
he gets to take that to his grave.
That decision has more to do with the coaching than it did Terry Fontenot.
I agree. But that brings me back to the Cousins versus Penix thing. This is where it's going to get really off the rails.
Okay.
I need y'all to explain to me. Hold on. I need to make this whole thing might go away if we can't agree on one thing. Can we all agree that Kirk Cousins hurt his throwing arm last year in the Saints game?
Probably. I mean, yeah, that's what everyone would think.
Not making an excuse about his Achilles, because we've argued about that. You're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. He was fully healthy on his Achilles. Mm-hmm. But can we agree he hurt his shoulder and elbow in the Saints game?
Okay.
If you probably haven't seen it, I don't know if you've seen it. In the quarterback documentary, it showed it. That was when it happened. Okay. So given that, can y'all tell me what Penix did last year to just be handed the starting job over Kirk Cousins? Either one of you.
I don't think he was handed the starting job. I think Cousins.
It's not even close to a competition this year.
I think Cousins played his way out of the starting job. If you look at what he did his last 4 or 5 games, we're not talking about season totals.
Yeah.
We're not talking about hey, Kirk Cousins for the year threw 66% of his passes. Oh man, that looks pretty decent. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what he did in his last 5 games
against the Chargers, against the Seahawks, against the Raiders, against the Broncos.
Interest me. How many touchdown passes did that man throw in the last 5 games?
Like 2, I think.
It was 1.
It was 1. Sorry, and it was against
1 touchdown in 5 games.
Hey,
how many interceptions did he throw in those last 5 games?
Like 8 or something.
It was 9.
9. Sorry.
Here's the crazy thing. I don't disagree with anything you're saying.
So we're talking about 1 touchdown to 9 interceptions in a 5-game span.
And he was still saying he was healthy.
Where we were fighting for a division. We were fighting to get into the playoffs, and he was doing that.
Yep.
I think what happened was the coaching staff lost all faith in that man.
Our defense was awful last year. Well, we can agree on that, right? Our defense kept us in the game against the Chargers, who went to the playoffs. Granted, they lost, but they were a playoff team. They kept us in that game, and Kirk Cousins literally lost us that game. Gave up a pick 6, 3 other interceptions.
He just wasn't good, dude. That 5-game span where we are fighting for the playoffs. We're 14 games through the season now, right? 13, 14 games through the season. And you're talking about when it mattered the most, Kirk choked. I don't care if he was hurt. He kept telling the coaches that he was good to go. He was cleared. He was cleared to play. He was cleared to play. He choked.
Okay.
He was not ready.
Okay.
And so at that point, at that moment, you ask yourself, are we better with Kirk Cousins, who has thrown 9 interceptions in the last 5 games? Or are we better with this rookie over here who has a freaking gunslinger of an arm? It doesn't take him a million years to get the ball out of his hand to the receiver. Like, it gets there.
I genuinely do not think we were expecting to win and go to the playoffs at those last 3 games.
I really don't.
We needed the Bucs to lose to the Cowboys, and we were not expecting that to happen. they just accidentally lost.
Yeah.
Because it was like a pick. They had like a pick, and it was like a crazy pick.
I think by the time
fumble, and it was like we were not expecting to win. We were wanting to see what we had out of Penix because we had lost faith in Cousins. And as a Falcons fan,
the season was lost.
As a Falcons fan,
it was gone.
I haven't been happier in my life than that beginning of the season when we beat the Eagles. Like I was like. I thought it was a turn. I thought it was the turning point.
The Buccaneers game.
I was watching the Buck game. I watched that the whole game.
Kirk Cousins was remarkable. I mean, dude, he didn't make a mistake.
No, he didn't.
I mean, in that game, in the game,
actually, he did throw a pick, but
in the Buccaneers game,
yeah, he did.
I mean, he was fantastic. He was fantastic, though.
I mean, he broke the single game record for passing
500 yards. I mean,
against Matt Ryan. That was his Hall of Fame inductee night, which was kind of crazy. I had promise in Kirk Cousins because that was what we were given in the offseason. That is what we like Falcons fans. Boom, boom, boom. We got Darnell Mooney. We got Kirk Cousins. Boom, boom. We got all this. This is what we have on offense. This is what we're putting out. New coach, new mindset. Blah 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 blah. That is what like the propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Yep. That is what we were given.
So let me know when y'all.
I was hyped.
Let me know when y'all are done.
I mean, everything was going right. Everything was going right. Like. Look, I couldn't have been happier. I mean,
literally, I
was excited.
We were
like
6-3, leading the division. I was like,
I mean, we were over here like, you like that. I mean, we were over here hyped up. I mean,
he was doing interviews in Waffle House parking lots.
It's not like we were the guys that's like, hey man, we need Michael Penix at quarterback. Like,
I know.
I didn't even say we needed Michael Penix at quarterback when we were still losing games.
I
was trying to defend Kirk.
I had made a bold prediction before we even played a game last year, and it was just a bold prediction. And my bold prediction was that Michael Penix would start one game and win a game. You remember that? I actually had a bet on the line.
Because you were assuming Cousins would
I was assuming Kirk Cousins would get hurt. That's why I made that bet. I didn't foresee the fall of Kirk Cousins because it was a fall.
Yeah.
It spiraled downwards really fast. But Penix did come in, and he did win a game. Now, granted, he didn't win all 3 games. We would have liked that, but we were competitive in all 3 games.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like the Broncos game where we were done in the halftime.
I mean, Michael Penix can't play defense too. I mean,
yeah, no, I agree.
I mean,
and we're not even saying he had the best numbers. You haven't even gotten to your point yet, but I understand what you're saying.
I can't wait.
I understand what you're saying.
I can't wait. I don't think you do.
I do.
All right, so I'm gonna try to get my best Skip Bayless impression. It's my turn. Okay. We agreed that Kirk Cousins got hurt in the New Orleans Saints game. You pointed out the 5 games after that game in which he played bad, in which I agree. He was hurt. You asked the question, why would Kirk Cousins tell the coaching staff he's not hurt? You yourself said we had a young gunslinger behind him. Why in the hell would he tell him I'm hurt, put the young guy in? He is an old veteran quarterback coming off a torn Achilles. He knows the writing's on the wall. He's not going to want to come out of the game. We've all played competitive sports. We know what that's like. Okay? That's all right. When Kirk Cousins hurt his shoulder, which we all agreed on before this topic started, he was, can I interest you in this? He was 17 touchdowns to 7 interceptions when he hurt his shoulder. After he hurt his shoulder, he threw 9 of his interceptions with a hurt shoulder. Okay?
Okay. Cool.
When we went to Michael Penix, we were 500. We were 7-7. We can all agree that was underwhelming. That wasn't good enough. However, mathematically speaking, regardless of the Bucs-Cowboys game, we were not out of the playoffs. And you cannot convince me that an NFL team is like, hey, we're not making it anyway. Let's throw the young guy out there. No, they thought he was going to help us get to the playoffs, and he didn't. He went 1-2.
And you're convinced that Kirk Cousins would have?
No.
That's the point.
No. The crux of my point is the season we are currently in. Kirk Cousins got no shot in hell at competing for the starting job. It was handed to Penix, and I want to know why. I want to know why.
What has he done to give that starting spot?
What did Penix do?
He's
done nothing.
He showed us promise.
He showed us 1-2.
He showed us promise.
He showed us 1-2 with a 58% completion percentage. Kirk Cousins had 67% over that whole span, including the shitty part. They both had a 51 QBR, which is not good. But Kirk Cousins had a 51 QBR over the whole span, including the shitty part.
Yeah.
You take away the shitty part, I didn't even put his numbers up there because it don't matter, but my God.
Well, why would you take away the shitty part?
Exactly, because you can't. But what I'm saying is, even with a bum shoulder and bum throwing elbow, he matched Penix. And Penix was just handed the job?
Well,
now that brings me to my next point, which I actually think is the biggest problem with the Atlanta Falcons. Mr. Rah-Rah himself, Raheem Morris.
What about him?
I don't believe in Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris went 17-31 as a head coach in Tampa. He was a failure, an abject failure.
You know how long ago that was, though?
I do. And what did he do after that? I'm glad you brought that up.
He won a Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl as the defense coordinator for the LA Rams.
Okay.
Can I interest you in this? As the defense coordinator for the LA Rams in his first year, he had arguably the best defensive lineman to ever play the game. He can be argued the best defensive player to ever play the game.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Mm-hmm.
He also had arguably a top 5 corner in Jalen Ramsey that has ever played the game.
Mm-hmm.
He also got a top 3 to top 5 defensive end in our generation in Von Miller on the same line.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not giving Raheem Morris credit for that.
Okay,
because
that's 3 players.
You're right, but they are 3.
What happens to the rest of
Hold
them?
on, but they are 3 key players. You have a pass rusher, an interior defensive lineman, and a lockdown corner.
But when Aaron Donald got triple teamed, he actually made up for that.
Yeah.
He had schemes.
With Von Miller.
Yeah, okay.
You don't scheme for Von Miller. He's just Von Miller.
Yeah.
My point
he
is
was also regressing.
Hold on. My point is
he didn't have his crazy year.
The very next season, when Matt Stafford got hurt and the offense was bad, and Raheem Morris was still the defense coordinator, they went 5-12. And his defense finished 30th in the NFL.
With Aaron Donald?
Yeah. Von Miller was gone.
Hmm.
With Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, his defense finished 30th in the NFL.
But what did Von Miller go and do with the Bills?
He tore his ACL that first season.
He got suspended too.
Okay. The very next year.
Von Miller isn't this like almighty being on defense. He regressed every year he was on the Rams.
He was only on the Rams for 2 years.
And he regressed from the first year to the second year.
Yeah.
He wasn't some crazy defensive player of the year on the Super Bowl team.
Bro,
then he got worse than the Bills.
He was
on the Commanders.
He was the Super Bowl MVP in Denver.
That was in 2015?
Yes.
Who gives a shit about that?
We're talking about 2021, 2022.
That's 6 years. He's 30 years old by then.
Bro, Raheem Morris cannot take credit for that defense.
I'm not saying you can take credit, but
because
that defense was still like the number one defense.
Hold on. To your point, he then comes here, and what happened to the defense?
Jimmy Lake was given the defense. He was the head coach. He made a bad mistake. I will agree with you on that. He hired Jimmy Lake. Bad mistake. He sucked. We fired him.
From where?
From Washington.
Jimmy Lake was under Raheem Morris with the Rams. Jimmy Lake was his guy.
He went back to college, right?
Yes.
And we got him from college.
Yes.
Correct.
But he was under Raheem. Raheem went and got him and said, you can do this.
Okay. He also got Zach Robinson. Zach Robinson has panned out. He was 1 for 2.
Yeah.
Now we got Jeff Ulbrich. We fired him during the season.
Then
you're gonna go through coordinators.
Then there are games.
Has there been other people that have had bad coordinators?
I'm not a fan of other teams. I give a fuck less about them.
I understand that, but
I'm talking about Raheem Morris.
I understand what you're saying.
Look, I understand. All right, so Raheem Morris's resume it's not spectacular. It's definitely underwhelming.
Yes.
But
he's also a fan favorite for players.
But look at a guy like Dan Quinn, right? Dan Quinn, he did really well his first couple years here in the Falcons, and then it kind of fell off, and he goes to the Cowboys, and he's inherited Micah Parsons. Right? Mm-hmm. And the Cowboys had a great defense.
They had Trayvon Diggs, they had Micah Parsons, they had Marcus Lawrence, they had all these people.
I would venture to say he just kind of landed in a good spot.
Yeah. For
where he needed to rejuvenate his career.
Ownership got better.
Yeah.
Offense got better. He was a part of some of that, yes, but literally everything about that team was going to the right direction. And Dan Quinn is not an awful head coach, but he's just in decent positions.
But Quinn still gets the credit. He's the defensive coordinator.
Right.
It doesn't matter if Micah Parsons is there. He still gets the credit.
And
because of that, Quinn landed another head coaching job in Washington, and he made the playoffs last year with a very good Jaden Daniels. So it may not be the head coach, but he's in good situations. Well, Raheem Morris, he's kind of in a similar situation. he was the interim coach here
Mm-hmm.
before. Wasn't very
He was
impressive.
the assistant, and then he became the interim.
I wasn't really impressed then.
Yeah.
But then
neither was Arthur Blank until he said, "See you later."
Yeah, exactly. But he ended up in a good situation.
We'll go with Mr. Mustache, Arthur Smith.
Yeah, he ended up in a good situation. And that situation, with Aaron Donald and the really good defense, it landed him another job back with the Falcons because now all of a sudden Arthur Blank is like, oh, hey.
He's known in this locker room.
But we can make you just made a parallel.
Yeah.
Raheem Morris came to Atlanta after going to a good defense.
Yep.
Dan Quinn went to Washington after going to a good defense.
Exactly.
Both teams drafted rookie quarterbacks.
Exactly.
We didn't start a rookie.
What was the difference?
Well, we didn't start a rookie.
And they also had a better defense.
Yeah.
We had to endure 5 really bad games with Kirk Cousins. That took us out of the playoffs.
We were doing better than the Commanders.
I'm glad you.
Arguably.
I'm glad you brought that up.
In the beginning.
I'm glad you brought that up because that circles back to Terry Fontenot.
Yeah.
Why didn't we start our rookie? Because we gave $180 million to a already hurt, washed up quarterback. So why then, and this is what I want everybody to understand, I'm not shitting on Michael Penix. That's not what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, why pay Kirk and draft him?
Because we didn't think we were going to get
either pay Kirk or draft him. And if you would have drafted Michael Penix last year and you said, hey, man, we're throwing Michael Penix out there every game of the season, I'd have been like, hey, man, I'm along for the ride.
I think it was more of a cover your ass move because I don't fully believe.
Let's be honest.
I don't fully believe they believe in Kirk Cousins. Look, I think it's a cover your ass move.
Also, they weren't expecting to get Michael Penix.
I just want to point out.
They saw him at camp throwing in the rain.
Yeah.
And he still threw over 60 yards.
But put yourself in Raheem Morris's shoes. Fontenot made that decision.
Y'all haven't seen my notes, but I just want to show you what you just said, what I said. Clock management is terrible, and he hedges his bets so he doesn't look silly, i.e. Cousins and Penix.
Yeah.
To me, that is a guy that doesn't believe in his GM, and he doesn't believe in his own player evaluation. If you think Kirk Cousins is the guy, you don't need to draft a quarterback in the first round. If you think Michael Penix is the guy, you don't need to pay a quarterback $180 million. You did both so you don't look silly.
Well, again.
So you can be like, well, at least we got this guy.
I think when they signed Cousins, this is pre-draft.
When they signed Cousins, they were expecting.
I don't think they were.
No quarterback.
They weren't really targeting a quarterback in the draft.
They weren't.
I think when they started doing the scouting and they laid their eyes on Michael Penix and they're like.
They got Michael Penix before any of the pre-draft process even happened. And then they went and had conversations and meetings and viewings of.
I think they fell in love with Penix as not only a player but as like a person. And character says a lot about a person.
He's already won the locker room. Granted, he had every opportunity to do that, but he has. You can't say he hasn't. The players are behind him.
And I just think
he's saying we're getting Kyle Pitts back in there, and he's saying that.
Everyone
says that, whatever. But Kyle Pitts is like, yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, we talked about this before. I mean, we passed up on Jared Verse to take Michael Penix. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, they fell in love with this guy. Like, the mindset of signing Kirk Cousins to all that money, you got your quarterback already. What are you thinking? And then they pass on Jared Verse, who we were all in agreement was, I mean, we should have took him, right?
Yeah. I mean, and then everything comes out after the draft. You know who else wanted Michael Penix right after us? Who they thought they were going to get? Saints, Seahawks, Raiders, all quarterback needy teams, and they were like, yes, he's going to follow us. We see this in him, and he's going to follow us. I'm not saying it was the best draft. It was the best draft pick in the world, but now we're in a position where we can start someone. Who would we be left with? And Kirk Cousins last year, and we would be left with we have to see what Kirk Cousins did. What was the quarterback class this year?
The point I'm making is, which we're led to believe right now, because Raheem Morris he's got to say the right things about Kirk Cousins. He can't sit there and bash the guy because they're trying to trade him also. But Kirk Cousins is fully healthy right now, all things considered. You're telling me if we didn't take Penix last year and Kirk Cousins got hurt and went down like he did, and we just threw a regular guy out there, we probably still would have went 1-2. Mm-hmm. Michael Penix being the quarterback, we beat the Giants.
I mean, I understand that.
Who are one of the worst teams in the league.
But we wouldn't have been even close in the second.
And in that game, Penix wasn't even the guy. It was Bijan that did all that. Okay,
Bijan got 2 touchdowns per game in the last 3 games.
That's what I'm saying. That's number one. So any quarterback could have done what Penix did last year. I'm sorry.
No.
Come on.
No, they couldn't.
It's hard to throw for over 300 yards in a game. It don't matter if it's the Panthers, Giants. It doesn't matter. It's hard.
I'm just saying that
Who got him down to let Bijan get in there?
they beat the Giants.
Did you not see any
They
of his
lost.
throws?
They lost to the Commanders.
We were just.
You're acting like Michael
Hold on.
Penix didn't do shit in these last.
We were just talking about how
He
good.
didn't impress me. He didn't
How?
make me go like,
How?
"Oh my god."
How? He got a rushing touchdown. Do we see anything with that with Kirk Cousins?
No.
At all? He didn't do anything. When someone ran into his face, he did this and dropped the ball. We had 18 fumbles. 18 of them.
I don't care about a quarterback rushing the ball for a touchdown. I don't
understand
care
that.
about that.
But
I give a fuck less.
That is
How many
another
rushing-
way to a turnover.
How many rushing touchdowns did Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Drew Brees have combined in their careers?
So you're comparing Kirk
None.
Cousins to Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
No, but you're
That's essentially what you're doing.
no, but you're essentially saying you got to be a running quarterback to be worth the shit in the NFL.
Right now, that is where it's going.
I mean, come on.
It brings a different element to the game. It brings like defenses.
It opens up the
if you have a dual threat,
team relies on that.
yeah, I mean, if you have a dual threat quarterback, like you have to be able to game plan not only for like a quarterback that sits in the pocket and can sling it all over the place, but you gotta be ready for that quarterback to take off running too. Like it does bring a different
Who won
element.
the MVP this year?
Josh Allen,
Who won the MVP last year?
Lamar Jackson,
Okay, that's two rushing quarterbacks. Who won the MVP before that?
Mahomes.
Is he not also a running quarterback?
He's a dual threat.
He's a
be.
threat. He's a
I
dual
wouldn't
threat.
call him a running quarterback.
He's not a running quarterback.
He's
but
dual threat.
He can rush out.
But he's not in the class of what you're saying is Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
I'm not saying that.
But
I'm not saying Michael Penix is.
But hey,
but he has the ability to at least get out of the pocket.
But you know what else? You know what else Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen have in common? They ain't got no rings. They don't win.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes does.
That's great. But they don't rely on his legs. The
A lot of
Buffalo Bills rely on Josh Allen's legs.
A lot of the times that they've done good is because Patrick Mahomes can get out of the pocket and get there.
You know what running quarterback does have a ring? Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. He does. You're absolutely right.
And you couldn't stop that man from running in the end zone.
He couldn't.
You can't stop him.
You're absolutely right.
That's another element of the game that you have to prepare for. You can't. How do you prepare for everything?
What I'm saying is, pretty much every time we chalked up when Kirk Cousins got sacked or pressured, 80 or 70% of the time, it was a damn fumble. Yeah. Literally. And I understand that, okay, our offensive line, whatever, but a lot of the times, he was given like 5 seconds. And then he still had pressure coming to him, ran back, fumbled the ball, got a turnover. He didn't get just all his interceptions. He had at least 9 turnovers from fumbles, too. Mm-hmm. That cost us games. It cost us games. Right. And I understand that he was trying to learn the process of our new scheme on offense and all that. But you are 30 freaking years old, and you're a starting quarterback in the NFL. You can't blame it on your offensive scheme not being able to learn it. That is your job. It's almost like that's your job to learn it.
It's almost like he couldn't feel the pressure coming. And as a starting quarterback in the NFL, you have to feel that.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You're right. There was growing pains at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And the Eagles game, even though we won, it wasn't pretty.
No, it wasn't.
He threw 2 interceptions in that game.
Yes.
Yeah. And our defense played pretty
however, when he got hurt against the Saints, we were 6-3 and we were rolling.
And we lost that game to the Saints.
But he got hurt in that game.
Yeah, but it spiraled down.
I understand, but you have to put yourself in a competitor's standpoint. He's 37 years old, coming off a torn Achilles. To your point, I'm actually giving Michael Penix credit. He can feel Michael Penix breathing down his neck.
Oh, hold on.
Do you really want him to go to the coach and say, hey, man, I'm not feeling it? Put the kid in.
Week 15.
Player, no, if you're saying you're a team player like he is, he's a stand-up guy. He called him on the phone and said, congratulations, Michael Penix. You want your team to do good. You have family in Georgia he's watching you every day, wanting the Falcons to be good. Mm-hmm. That's your own selfishness, in my opinion. I don't give a crap.
No, I agree.
You gotta say something about it.
I agree.
It's only hurting you and the team. But nothing was gained from that.
You're
Literally
right.
Nothing.
You're right. But it also goes back to my point about this year. What's happening to him right now is why he didn't want to give the job up.
It's a business.
He's not even getting a shot.
This isn't college football. It's a business.
I understand that.
Who gives a crap?
How is it a business to be giving a backup quarterback $25 million?
We're relying.
What kind of business decision is that?
We're wanting to trade him.
No one wants him because of his contract.
So again,
nobody wants him. So why should we be forced to start him if we can't trade him?
You chose to give him that contract.
You
made that decision.
We're not forced to start the man.
No.
We're forced to keep him on our roster, but we're not forced to start him.
We're forced to see what he's going to give us.
You're right. So this brings it all back to my final point about this and what I truly believe, and we won't know until the season plays out, but this is my prediction for the Falcons. I think that they are playing hardball with teams for Kirk Cousins because I don't think that they're 100% sold that Michael Penix is going to be able to get the job done. And they want Kirk Cousins there in case Michael Penix don't pan out, or in case, by the way, Kirk Cousins, Mr. Injury Prone, Michael Penix isn't.
No. Well, that I was just about to say that.
He's not.
I think they want Kirk Cousins here because Penix has a history of injuries too. So
we're not saying anything against that. I don't disagree with you, but we also can't just.
But at this point in time, right now, like
we can't just chalk it up as Kirk Cousins or anyone just being like he is the savior. I can understand what you're saying by that, but who is actively going to give us a better position right now? From the last thing we've seen from Michael Penix and the last thing we've seen from Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix kept us more competitive than Kirk Cousins did in his last 4 games.
You're right. Yep. I'm going to change around what you said because I don't think you're being fair. The last thing we saw from a healthy Michael Penix and the last thing we saw from a healthy Kirk Cousins is better. Sorry.
Okay. Again,
we can't.
The word is healthy.
We cannot cut out those 5 games.
You can't cut out those 5 games. He took it upon himself to say he was A-OK and all.
He said, "I'm okay. He's clear to play."
He didn't lose his football talent. He threw shitty balls every game. Mm-hmm. We lost again. It was 38-7 against the.
By the way, he threw 9 interceptions in those 5 games. What was his total interceptions across the whole season?
It was like 18 or 17
interceptions.
Yeah, I said that.
So hold on. So he threw another 8 interceptions.
No, it was 16.
I think it was 17.
No, 16. It was 18-16 was his final. Because that's what I said. I said when he got hurt, he was at 17 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. So he threw 9 in 5 games.
And then you include the fumbles along with it. Like he was a turnover machine.
He led the league in turnovers.
It wasn't just the last 5 games. Last 5 games was the writing on the wall. That did it. Like that sealed the deal. Like, hey, you're done. Penix is in.
We still almost lost to the Raiders, who started Desmond Ridder.
I know.
When you take I don't care if he was healthy or unhealthy. He said he was healthy. We're saying he was healthy. That's what we were given. We were given that he was healthy.
We were told
so we're putting him out that he's healthy, not on the injury. Anything. No, we're taking that. We're taking that. He says he's healthy. We're putting him out there. He's healthy. We say Michael Penix is healthy on those last games. We compare the games. How did each of them look? Michael Penix looked
better. He looked better.
He just looked better.
Okay. Can all right. So
and you can't say that he didn't have good balls. He had bad balls. It was his first 3 games.
No, I'm not.
He's a rookie quarterback in his first 3 games.
I'm not gonna.
He had multiple balls.
I'm not gonna pick and choose about Michael Penix's throws because it's not as much as I think Kirk Cousins should at least be given an opportunity to win the job, which he's not, and that's my problem. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins should start.
Why?
He hasn't gotten the opportunity.
Why do we want to go backwards?
You're not going backwards. Give him an opportunity.
It's going backwards.
But it's like you're not even looking at him.
We are giving him an opportunity. No, he's on our team.
He's just got second team reps, and that's it. It's like we anoint Michael Penix.
He's had first team reps.
That's it.
He literally has had first team reps. Actually,
I don't get that. Can you explain this to me? Why is it all of a sudden when Kirk Cousins goes down, to your point, Kirk Cousins is playing bad. For this point, I'll take the injury away. Because to your point, I'm not injured, I'm good. Okay, that's fine. I will acquiesce to that for this point. Why is it all of a sudden when you take hurt Kirk Cousins out and you put healthy Michael Penix in, all of a sudden Bijan's touches double? Why wouldn't Bijan run the ball like that with Kirk Cousins in the game? Why not?
Bijan Robinson had 3 touchdowns in the game at the Bucs, or like 2.
I know.
He still was a part of that offense.
I know.
He still was the running back. I mean, he didn't just automatically get
you paid Kirk Cousins this amount of money to be the leader of the team, and you're not paying Michael Penix that. And so if Michael Penix is a rookie in there, you're going to lean on your running back. You're going to lean on him. Like, that's what you're going to do.
And it's not like Bijan Robinson was running for 50-plus yards to get into the end zone. He was running for 6 or 5.
I know.
Who got him down there?
I know. But my point, that what I'm trying to say is, Kirk Cousins, yes, you're paying him, but he's struggling. So why would you not then lean on the run game? They didn't.
I think because he was struggling, we couldn't run the ball. Like we were so one-dimensional.
Against the Chargers, Bijan Robinson still had a pretty decent game, and we had an abysmal performance with their quarterback.
Yes. Okay.
And then Denver, it was 38-7.
No,
we couldn't do shit.
Yes. Just think about the lack of explosive plays from Bijan Robinson. A lot of that last year had to do with Kirk Cousins. The explosive plays just weren't there.
To your point, I'm not talking about Denver. You're down 38-7. You can't run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But the game against the Chargers, Kirk Cousins is obviously floundering, but your defense is keeping you in the game. Why are you still having him drop back and throw the ball?
Because
you're not down.
You're taking away that the Chargers defense was also one of the best defenses last year.
I'm not taking that away. Y'all are saying Kirk Cousins looked like fucking Desmond Ridder against the Chargers, and now you're saying the Chargers defense was good? Which one is it?
It's both.
It can't be both. It can't be both.
The Chargers didn't get 4 picks every game.
I know that.
He threw them the ball 3 times to their face.
I know that.
He saw the defender, threw it at him, and they picked him off for a pick 6.
I don't know. I'm in a position where like
I'm not saying Michael Penix is.
I've seen enough out of Kirk Cousins. Hurt, not hurt. Like I seen enough out of him. I was ready to move forward, and I think the team was too. And I think that's why they made the decision.
Unfortunately, he kind of just lost the locker room.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
It was time for a change, man.
Like everyone was like, "Yeah, we're losing. We suck ass right now."
And we shouldn't have been.
We shouldn't have been.
Like we should not have been in that
our
situation.
Defense.
We were.
Our defense was bad.
Our roster constructed though. We should have at least been in playoff contention. It should have came down to like the last drive, last second. We shouldn't have went into that last week. Like, all right, man, it was a good season. Like, it's.
And I'm not saying Michael Penix is the next coming of Jesus for the Atlanta Falcons. We'll see what we get out of him. We've only seen 3 games. He lost 2 of them. I'll give you that. But we were competitive.
We can't play defense.
We were competitive, and we got better defensively. That was the main thing we did.
Okay.
Then we draft 1 offensive player in the 7th round, and that was O-line depth.
Yeah.
We made that.
And to your point, I said openly, and everybody knows this, for my Falcon fandom, for anybody who gives a shit, maybe people don't care if I'm a Falcons fan or not, this draft was Fontenot's last chance for me. I was fucking out.
Yeah. If
he took 1 more offensive weapon, I swear to God, I was going to take everything Falcon I had and set it on fire. Because it's like, what are we doing? It's obvious defense is the problem. Obvious. And they finally addressed it, to your point. So we'll see this season. But let's put a bow on this.
Okay.
What are your expectations?
What are my expectations?
For the Falcons and Michael Penix? Because obviously...
my expectation is to win the division.
Because obviously we got them winning the division.
I don't have one in the division.
Okay.
But I do have them making the playoffs.
Okay.
I still think the Buccaneers.
Our ceiling is winning the division.
Our ceiling is winning the division.
Our floor is going again,
but
8-8
I think,
or 9-8 or whatever.
I think
stupid ass decisions.
I think there's still going to be some growing pains with Penix. I don't think he's going to be perfect. There's going to be a few games where he probably drops the ball.
Did we lose? What were our first 2 games with Kirk Cousins? What did we get out of them?
We went 1-1.
We lost to the Steelers.
Yeah.
At home. That was our home opener.
And
we didn't do diddly doo-doo.
At the end of the day, like Penix,
we had growing pains last year.
Penix can only control what he can control. Like that game against the Steelers, Cousins.
He threw picks and he fumbled.
Rest in peace. TJ Watt was all over him. Like, dude,
but
he had no time.
But hey, if you watch that quarterback documentary, Kirk Cousins talked about that game, and Zach Robinson, the offensive coordinator, acquiesced and admitted he was right.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins like, hey, why are we doing 6 motions before we hike the ball?
Yeah.
That's TJ Watt.
Yeah.
You're getting it down to 2 seconds on the clock, and we're running motions. He knows he's timing it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem that we're having is that we're not thinking of the NFL and our team as a business. We're seeing that Kirk Cousins is a great stand-up family guy. Like everything aside, I don't care whatever he's done on the field.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
So
we'll give it to that. Everyone likes him. He's a fan favorite for a lot of the time.
To your point.
But we can't just give him the rock again just because of that. We can't just do that.
To your point, I've calmed down a bit. I've got my emotions in check. There is a part of me that does feel that way about Kirk Cousins. I'm not going to lie to you. You're right. I feel like we did him wrong. I truly do.
Unfortunately, I think we did do him wrong.
Because he himself admitted, if you would have just told me you were taking a quarterback in the first round, I would have went back to Minnesota.
Again, when we signed him, I don't think that was the plan.
It wasn't the plan. I genuinely do not
I think they was like, hey, Kirk Cousins is our guy. We're going to go and we're going to build something around Kirk Cousins. And then, like I said,
we
don't know what happened behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But they could have seen, Cousins and some, throwing the balls and like
they drafted Michael Penix, and then boom, 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 defense.
Exactly.
Like literally, I mean, it wasn't all. That's an exaggeration, but it went Ruger Roro, it went Braylon Trice, it went Brandon Doyle.
Let me ask you. All right, it's a business. Okay, this is the other point about it being a business. Okay, business decision. You just paid a guy $180 million.
Yeah.
$100 million of it's fully guaranteed.
That's a lot of money.
He is making that whether he throws a ball or not.
Yeah.
You don't even tell him what you're doing in the draft. He finds out on Twitter through his wife.
No, they called him.
What are we doing?
They called him. They called him. And
They called him after the decision had already been made. They didn't even ask.
I think.
And granted, all right. So
was it Adam Schefter that leaked the news?
Look, you don't necessarily have to ask. No. I get what you're saying, but you just paid him $180 million, and you're just gonna.
And when Morris came out there,
here's your check. Go stand over there. We're gonna do the rest. You don't need to know anything. We're just gonna do the rest.
It's kind of a similar situation with the Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love draft. Remember when the Packers took Jordan Love? Aaron Rodgers had absolutely no clue. Yeah. He's like, what the hell is going on? I'm still here.
And Aaron Rodgers
is very similar.
Franchise player.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's a business.
It's very similar.
I mean, take it back to the NBA terms.
Luka
Doncic got traded at 1 a.m.
I mean, at the end of the day, in the draft, when you're drafting, you got to think about the future, like where this team is going, not where we're at, where we're going.
Everything about that draft.
They saw Penix as that guy that was going to take us to the promised land in the future. But that's why they drafted him.
And see, it's happened now in a way that they were saying may have happened, but where I didn't understand the pick and still don't understand the pick, and obviously it's happened now, it's done and over with. Mm-hmm. But like we said, best case scenario for the Kirk Cousins Falcons era, he stayed healthy and he played well. We were a playoff team for 2 to 3 years. Yeah. Then he rides off into the sunset. We hand the ball to Michael Penix. That's best case scenario.
That was best case scenario.
Okay. That means you have a number 9 overall pick sitting for 3 years, who, by the way, when drafted, is already, what, 26, 27?
No, he's not. He was 24. Then
no, he's talking about in 3 years.
I mean, in 3 years.
If he sits behind Kirk Cousins in 3 years, he would have been 27 years old.
So now you're a 27-year-old quarterback getting your first starts.
Well, look, we're talking about best.
And you think that's the future?
We're talking about best case scenario. Kirk Cousins plays out the 3 years. The moment we drafted Penix, that was never going to happen. It just wasn't.
No.
The moment that we drafted Penix, Cousins,
They said that to save face.
I said give him a year. That was never going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. That's why you said it. You said as soon as we drafted Penix.
We don't have time.
Now, ideally, I am with you. Why pay a backup quarterback $25 million to sit on the bench? Ideally, you would like to move him.
Actually, I misspoke. It's actually way more than that.
I know. But ideally, you would like to move him, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of clear up some of that cap space. That
was the goal.
Maybe use that to bring in more to build around Penix. But the thing is like we have a good supporting cast. We have a lot of pieces in place on offense and defense. I guess we couldn't get any buyers, I guess.
I mean, the Steelers were looking at Rodgers. I mean, the Jets.
So we're kind of.
I mean, all these teams that needed like veteran quarterbacks, it just didn't fall down that way.
What probably happens? They roll back the tape and they're like,
"Well, see, I disagree. I think a lot of people in the NFL knew he was hurt.
But how though? If the man is saying that he's good to play and he's clear to play, how can you say he's hurt?
I think what it was is to your point about, let's just point out the 2 teams you just pointed out. And we can even say the Giants too, because they went and got Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was free.
Yeah.
Justin Fields was free. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson was free.
But come on now. Are we really picking Justin Fields over Kirk Cousins? I mean,
if you're paying Justin Fields, if you gave Justin Fields a 2-year, $22 million deal, and you're going to give Kirk Cousins $45 million, yeah, you're taking Justin Fields.
So to your point, you're saying they wouldn't want to pay that, and you're saying that they would have a better season with Justin Fields.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
So why would they not do that? Do they want to have a better season?
Because
then go get Kirk Cousins.
No, you're paying Justin Fields less in the life of his contract than you paid Kirk Cousins in 1 year, and you have to give up assets to get Kirk Cousins. You don't have to give up shit for Justin Fields except for some paper and some ink.
If you're saying that he still deserves a quarterback 1 start in any team teams should be willing to do
I mean,
that
who
if
knows?
they want to be better.
Who knows what we were asking for Kirk Cousins? I mean,
We could have been asking for a bag of potato chips.
we could have been asking for cash. Like, hey man, just take his contract, give us cash, whatever it is. Like, we don't know what exactly we were asking for. Problem is nobody bought it, and we're stuck with him. And I would venture to say he's probably one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Let's just forget about the money. Let's just forget.
How can you forget about?
Let's just forget about.
How can you forget about 180 million?
Because here's the thing: you want a decent backup quarterback, right? So let's forget about the money. Our quarterbacks are flopped. Michael Penix is the starter, and it just so happens to be the guy we're paying a lot of money to as the backup. Ideally, you would want it the other way around, but Penix is better than Cousins. I think we've seen it. Like, he's better. And that's not just my opinion.
So we're still paying, like, what teams are paying?
Yeah, the money's
just flopped.
Exactly.
I mean, this is, like, exaggerated a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give it that. But, I mean, realistically, we still have open cap space. We've done things, and I think Gary is good with cap space, in my opinion. I think he's done good with that.
Yes, but we are setting ourselves up for the cap. We are setting ourselves up in the next 2 years to be in trouble. We better win because
and that's what our expectation is.
Drake London is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Bijan Robinson is coming up.
Well, by the time Bijan comes up, Kirk's contract will be out the window.
Not necessarily.
I mean, was it a team option for the third year?
For what?
For Kirk Cousins?
No.
It was a player option?
No. It was 3 years.
It was 3 years
Period.
guaranteed?
Yes. Well, $100 million was guaranteed.
Okay.
But there's no options. It's not like
There's
that.
no options.
No.
Okay.
No,
So
you can cut him.
So we can select to cut him after this season,
Yes.
basically. Okay.
But you're still going to have dead cap money.
Yeah, there's dead cap.
And what we were just talking about last week about Michael Parsons. You want to trade Bijan early. Pay him early.
Yeah.
You don't want to wait.
Nah, you don't want to wait.
Well, you can't pay him if you have dead cap.
That's true.
And you can't pay Drake London if you have dead cap
Well,
and you want to pay Bijan Robinson.
We still have cap space, though. Like,
And again, let's say I'm a Falcons fan. Let's say all goes well. Penix is great. He's going to want to get paid.
Yeah. That's true.
We're going to be in financial hell in 2 to 3 years.
But we have the layout. Like, we have our layout. We just have to find a way to get there. Whatever happens, some other contracts are going to be done. You're acting like every contract we have on the team is going to stay the exact same.
I mean, yeah, Grady's gone. I mean,
David Onyemata is going to be gone. He's not going to be there for 3+ years.
But he's not making big money. We're talking about big
money
people. We're talking about big money people.
We're not going to pay Bijan Robinson $80 million a year.
No.
yeah,
No running backs making
markets.
that.
Yeah, there's no.
That's
there's
what
no
I'm saying.
market for that.
We're not okay. We will have we have assets right now.
I mean, Drake will make some bucks.
We will have needs, but we're going to have contracts be up and cap space be there when we get there. It's going to happen. I mean, we have good people. Arthur Blank isn't just going to let that happen either. He's the biggest money man of all time.
I know, but again, the problem is if you have a guy making the kind of money that Kirk Cousins is making and you cut him before the contract ends, you have dead money. That means the player's not there and the money he was going to make you can't use for another player.
I understand that.
It's not there.
I understand that. In hindsight, to what happened, not the best decision.
Hey, guess what else?
And no one is disagreeing with that. I don't think any Falcons fan has disagreed with that.
Here's a great parallel. That's what happened to the Saints after Drew Brees left.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in charge of the cap space for the Saints? Terry Fontenot. The guy that's here now. He's doing it again.
What?
He's not doing it that bad. The Saints were cooked anyways.
He's doing it again.
The Saints were cooked before that.
So I guess we can just say that Jamie don't see the future. He's not buying that.
I'm not bought in at all. I'm not.
I mean, you can say that, sure, but as a fan,
what about the talent?
As an ATL fan,
yeah.
You after all these seasons, we gotta be somewhat hopeful.
Yeah, there's gotta be some kind of.
If you just go in pessimistic, who gives a shit about watching them? Who cares?
Oh no, you're absolutely right.
I was going and be like, oh cool, you thought they won? Cool, awesome.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
The reason we have hope and have optimism is to get the reward in the end. That's it. That's what it is. We're not over there playing for them. Who gives a shit?
No, you're absolutely right. I am extremely.
That's the only reason why I'm hopeful.
No, I'm extremely hopeful and excited about our defense. I really am. About our pass rush, finally. How many years has it been since we had a pass rush?
Like
finally.
10, 12.
But I'm not going to lie.
That 1 year for
But I'm not going to lie. Every time the offense goes on the field and Michael Penix takes a snap, I'm going to be sitting back going, here we go.
That is what we were doing with Kirk Cousins.
That is literally what I was doing last year. Every time our offense looked at the field, I'm like, what's Kirk going to do this time?
Literally. That's what it chalked up to.
And as a fan, and I am a fan, I hope to God that I'm wrong. But as I consider sports commentator, and in my pride, I hope I'm right. I hope I'm right, and I get to rub it in y'all's face every week when we do this show.
Okay, but then you're also taking away.
But see, the thing is, if you're right,
it's a lose-lose for you.
Yeah,
bro.
it's a lose-lose because if you're right, that means that the Falcons aren't good.
But see,
so that means you're not truly a fan.
No,
it's a lose-lose. There's a reason why we pick optimism over pride and commentate. Like, I can commentate and talk about all these other teams because I don't give a shit what they do. They can win the Super Bowl for all I care, except for the Saints. I hate them. I can commentate on them. I will commentate and talk about unbiased Falcons, and I believe that we have a good roster. I believe that we have every opportunity. I think the ceiling is division win, and then making a little bit of a run to the playoffs with hope of maybe getting over the hump.
Yeah.
And then our floor is again like 7 and 9 and missing again.
I hear you, but I'm not a blind optimistic fan. I'm a realistic fan.
Optimism. This is
for instance, not to go off the rails, but what did I say about the St. Louis Cardinals this season? Was I just a fan saying we're going to win the World Series, we're going to be great? No, I said we were going to be ass. And we're kind of good, but not really. But I'm not going to sit here and say Sonny Gray's going to win the Cy Young, Arenado's going to win MVP, and we're going to win the World Series. I'm not going to say that.
But as a Falcons fan, who in this room has said we're winning the freaking Super Bowl? Who has said that?
I don't think we're winning the division. I don't think we're a playoff team.
Again, he said we won't. You said we won't. I said we have a chance. That's very different. That's very different.
I don't think we're a playoff team.
That is an opinion.
But see, I think we are fighting for a playoff.
But because I say we're not a playoff team, that means I'm not a fan?
Now, we're not saying that. We're not saying that you're not a fan. We're saying that you are a pessimistic fan.
So what? All right. So
you are wanting to be right, but we're bad.
So what's your realistic outlook on the season?
Well, I
win loss total.
I haven't looked at the schedule, but I'll just do what y'all did: the ceiling and the floor.
Okay.
The ceiling and the floor. To me, the ceiling, without looking at the schedule, the ceiling is like 11-6.
That's your ceiling.
That's my ceiling.
Okay.
That is what made the Bucs into the playoffs. Like
right.
Last 2
exactly.
years.
My floor, 5-12.
Oof.
It can go that way.
So let's look at the Falcons schedule real quick. Okay. Bucs at Falcons week 1. We beat them twice last year. They got a little bit better. We got better on defense. It's going to be a little.
That's a tough week.
That's a tough week.
Okay,
we'll draw it up. Whatever. Falcons at Vikings.
Hold on, I'll just tell you this. I think that we're going to split with the Bucs regardless, so I'll give us the game at home.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's at Buccaneers.
Yes. No, it's at
Atlanta.
Oh, that's Atlanta. So we're winning that one.
Falcons at Vikings. Who do they have at quarterback? What has he proven?
Nothing.
Okay, cool.
Hold on, wait.
We're going to get after the masses. That's what's going to happen.
He's proven just as much as Michael Penix.
No, he hasn't. He's actually proven less. He hasn't played a singular damn snap in the NFL.
He played in preseason the last game.
Okay, cool. What did he do?
He handed off the ball.
He handed off the ball. How many times?
A few times.
2 times. Okay,
and we're known to not be able to win on the road either.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Falcons at Panthers. What did we both say?
I'm chalking the Vikings up as a loss.
We're winning.
That is crazy to just chalk it up as a loss, but whatever.
We're
Falcons at Panthers.
We're beating the Panthers.
We can say we'll beat the Panthers. Commanders at Falcons. I'll give the Commanders a win. They're on a resurgence. They're doing better.
So I think we're 2-2.
Okay, cool. Bills at Falcons. I'll give the Bills a win. I gave the Bills a win.
2-3.
Falcons at 49ers.
We're winning.
We can win that game easily.
2-4.
Now, that's just a pessimistic being. What have the 49ers did last year and this year that got better to make them say that they're automatically going to beat us?
I'm hoping this brings his blood pressure down because I'm kind of joking, but I'm kind of not.
It's not going to.
That's that cross-country game.
No. Okay, so we have Bills at home.
At San Francisco.
And then we go to San Francisco. Cool.
All right, what we got next?
Then we have Dolphins at Falcons.
That's a win.
He's high on the Dolphins, whatever. He'll chalk it up as a loss.
Okay.
He actually gave us the win, actually.
Yeah, so is that 7 games?
Let's see.
Yeah, it's 3 and 4.
So I got 3 and 4.
You got them 3 and 4.
We have them at 4 and 3. Or 4 and 3,
yeah.
Okay. So he's losing his mind, but we're like a game off. But he's losing his shit.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Falcons at Patriots.
Win.
We both gave that a win. Falcons at Colts.
Win.
We both gave that a win.
Not a chance.
Panthers at Falcons.
Win.
We both gave that a win.
7-4. Yeah.
Falcons at Saints. We both gave that a win.
8-3.
Falcons at Jets. We both gave that a win.
9-3.
Seahawks at Falcons. We can win that game. We'll give
That's
them
a win. Absolutely win. 10-3.
We'll give them a loss just for your sake. Falcons at Cardinals.
Win.
We can give that. We can chalk it up almost as a win. Okay, Falcons at Bucks.
You got the Cardinals winning that division.
That's a tough one though.
So,
For him, it's different.
That's a tough one.
Falcons at Buccaneers. That's at their.
We're gonna lose that one.
We can. Okay, we'll tie it. All right, whatever. Rams at Falcons.
Rams.
Win.
No.
There's varying opinions. Whatever. Saints at Falcons.
So you think the Rams is gonna beat us with Stetson Bennett at quarterback? Because that's what's gonna happen.
Probably. If they're healthy, they're definitely beating us. Sorry.
Okay.
Cool. Whatever. Saints at Falcons.
Win.
It's a win.
How many losses did you have in there?
I had 5 or 6.
You said the ceiling was 11-6.
5 or 6 losses. But what do the Falcons routinely do? They lose to teams they shouldn't lose to. Look, hold on. We can sit here and say we're going to sweep the Saints and sweep the Panthers. When's the last time that happened?
We swept. We didn't.
And to your point, that hasn't happened in a while.
When's the last time that happened?
I can understand that, but again,
This year's
as
different. Saints are not beating.
As Falcons fans, my entire life has been as a fan, pretty much, literally. I mean, there hasn't been a time where there was times where I was happy and excited because we were winning, and then it came back down.
Super Bowl.
If you keep on having that same mindset, who gives a shit about watching the team? Who cares? Why do you think the Falcons fans are leaving? That's, to your point, what is happening. That is what's happening. Optimism is what gets people in seats. It's what gets people in the stadiums. It's what gets people cheering for our team.
So we have
what you're talking about is the fans that we have that go to different teams, and that's what's happening and how we are losing fans.
We have to have something to be excited about.
Of hope and something.
To your point about the Chargers game last year, I was at that game. And I remember at halftime, after Kirk Cousins was awful, by the way. He was so bad. And at halftime, I'm walking to the bathroom, and we're in the club seats, and I'm walking to the bathroom, which is on the other side of the club, and you just felt it, man. It was just like, hey, it's deflating. That's what it was. Like, everything has just been sucked out of you. And reality hits like, hey, man, this team ain't good. Not with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. And we were in the bathroom. We were in the men's bathroom. And I had about 6-7 people saying, hey, Kirk Cousins got to go. That's it. We're done. We need something else. Like, we need some kind of hope, some kind of excitement. Somebody needs to come and save us.
So you to that point.
So insert Michael Penix, and we saw some spark, right? We saw a little bit of spark, and that's why we're excited. Because we're like, hey, I saw something that I didn't see out of Kirk Cousins in those last few games.
Okay, so again, then in my point, it goes, all right, so I know it seems like I'm just like drawing straws, but every point y'all make, it goes back to another issue that I have with this team. Then to me, that goes back to Raheem Morris again. If at halftime he was cooked, it was over. We knew Kirk Cousins was done, but we were still in that game and still in playoff hopes. Why not throw Penix in then? You're at home. Excite the crowd. You're in the game.
Because we were still above 500.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you're in the game.
To your point, he should win those games.
You're in the game.
And maybe to your point, maybe we should have made the call right then and there.
And didn't you yourself say you were done with Raheem Morris at one point? Because 2 times he lost his games because of clock management?
Yeah. His clock management, he wasn't the best last year.
By the way, those games he lost in clock management, Kirk Cousins was also trash. But games.
I'm just saying, like, with the way our team is constructed, the personnel we have in place.
How many kicks did Younghoe Koo miss down the stretch too that lost his games?
We didn't start him. He was injured, and we took him out.
Yeah, but he missed kicks.
He said he was injured.
I'm just ready. Like we brought in some defensive players that we can be excited about, right? We have a quarterback that can showcase some skill that is exciting. Like, he's exciting.
You can't say that, like, those deep passes and the sideline passes and the passes and the pass to Kyle Pitts wasn't exciting. I was actually getting back up and cheering. I was watching with my dad, and I was like, we have a chance.
That pass down the middle to Kyle Pitts between the two defenders is one of the best throws of the year. Like, that was just crazy. But, like, you can't ignore all that and say, well, we're not going to be good because of Raheem Morris. Like, I just can't do that. Like, I have to be optimistic.
That goes back to being a fan.
Yeah.
Do you think Bills Mafia or any of these fandoms were built off of just straight pessimisticness and just they lost 4 Super Bowls in a row, 4 of them, and they're still like, yes, this is our year. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get over the hump. And they're riding with Josh Allen. They're riding with their team. They're riding with Sean McDermott. They had a hit going into the year last year. Who do they have at wide receiver? They probably couldn't even name their core. And they ran with it.
Yep.
And they ran with it. That's just one fandom. We don't have that. And that's because people don't do what the Bills Mafia fans do. Or just some of the other fans.
It's
Chiefs
because
Kingdom. Chiefs sucked for how many years? How many years did the Chiefs suck?
It's because when you start getting good and then you go through a period of time with a team where you have a pantheon great in an organization like Matt Ryan, and then it's like, okay, do you expect them to get the next Matt Ryan immediately? No, that's not realistic. No. But then you start making these decisions down the line, and you start fans start questioning, like, what the fuck are we doing?
Are the Colts a great organization?
I mean,
are they? How many Super Bowls have they won?
Look what they've done after Peyton Manning.
And look what they've done.
Look at all the quarterbacks they've gone through.
Look what they've done after. Look what they've done after who? Like all these other people. Look what they've done after Phillip Rivers or like whoever they had and Andrew Luck. What they do after that?
I mean,
it's been 5 quarterbacks.
They went to
Andrew Luck. It's not just us.
And okay,
it's not just us.
Yeah, you're right. But they went to Andrew Luck. But the ownership and the GM did not anticipate Andrew Luck at 29 years old going, I'm not playing football anymore.
I understand that.
That threw off the entire franchise.
Okay, but it's how many years has it been then? It's been longer than us.
You're right.
It's been almost a decade.
Hold on, you're right, but you got to understand. They thought Andrew Luck would still be the quarterback now.
And guess what they didn't do? They didn't help him with offensive line. He was getting killed out there. They made that problem.
Look, all I'm saying is,
I mean, you can't just say they obviously just made it, but they didn't really help towards it.
With this draft class and with the player,
you can argue for any of this.
With the roster we have, like, man, we need you to come on board, man. Like, there is so much to be excited about this upcoming season. You got to just erase what's in the back of your head about the Terry Fontenot, Kirk Cousins signing him all this money and then drafting Penix. Like, let's just focus on the season. Let's focus on cheering on our team. Let's focus on winning. Let's focus on just cheering on Bijan Robinson and Drake London and our guys and these young rookies. And man, the Falcons, man, they're gonna go in and have a good season, and they need their fan base to be there. Who's our first home game?
Our first home game is the Bucs, a division rival.
First home game is the Buccaneers, and I'm talking to Falcons Nation right now. Falcons fans need to fill that damn stadium because we haven't been. Preseason game against the Lions, I was there last Friday night. What happens? Our stadium gets filled with the fans of the other team almost every home game. We need Falcons fans to show up. We need Falcons fans to buy in.
And we're supposed to have like we're supposed to have like Alabama too. Like we're supposed to have these states, and there hasn't been like there. It's just every time I go to I was at Jacksonville State University. That was the college I was previously at. They're relative to Georgia. They don't have an NFL team. Every person that lives in Alabama that I talked to, who I asked who their favorite NFL team was, it was all different. Mm-hmm. I knew someone who was a Ravens fan. I knew someone who was a Cowboys fan. I knew someone who was a Dolphins fan. I knew someone who was a Titans fan. I knew someone who was a Saints fan. Granted, they're close to, but none of them were Falcons fans. None of them.
Well,
literally none of them.
That goes back to me. It's another topic for another day, but that goes back to me. I think we actually talked about it in the first episode in the Atlanta sports issues. Is in the South, you don't have that sense of pride with your pro football team like you do your college team. And I can't exactly tell you why that is. Well, I don't know why that is. To your point, up north, I was in Michigan a couple weeks ago. They love their Lions. Mm-hmm. The Lions, you want to talk about bad? They were bad forever. Yeah. And they love them.
And they had Megatron,
Cleveland,
and Matthew Stafford.
What you just said has been one of my biggest issues with Falcons fans forever.
Yep.
I have a big issue with season ticket holders giving their tickets to the opposing fans because they want to make money. But they call themselves fans? They're allowed to call themselves fans? But the Cleveland Browns have been the Cleveland Browns forever, and they sell out every game. Mm-hmm. Every game. So, yeah, up north, the NFL teams, the NFL fan base, they love their teams. Down south, they don't. They just don't.
Seems like the fans love money.
That's what it seems like. And you always got bandwagon jumpers. Look, there's still residual Cowboys fans from the '90s. That was the whole reason people they're all just like when the Patriots went on their run. There were Patriots fans everywhere all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden you see Chiefs Kingdom everywhere. They're everywhere now. All of a sudden.
But the thing is, you act like we never like filled a stadium in our life. Back when we were good, back when we had Matt Ryan and all those years in the Georgia Dome, you don't remember seeing pictures and being in there and that was a stadium.
Yeah,
we had that.
I know.
We had when we had the NFC Championship against the Packers. I believe it was the championship, right?
Yeah,
and we were there, right?
Yep.
We had home field advantage, and we showed it.
Yep.
Like you could tell on the field, you could tell when they were playing.
You could hear it,
and that was like prime Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
I mean, pretty much.
And
we have to get because there are Falcons fans. They didn't just go away. I mean, they didn't all die or anything. I mean, there are Falcons fans. There are people everywhere in Georgia who will be Falcons fans. But you have to have the optimism and the hope. And that's, again, bringing back to I'm not hating on you because obviously it's been hard as a fan. It's been hard for me too. I mean, my whole life we've pretty much sucked, almost. It's you have to bring something to every season that you have to look forward to. You know how hard it was to look forward to Desmond Ridder starting and Marcus Mariota starting?
I called that when we signed Mariota. I called that.
But we still watched them.
But I still watched.
I did too.
Every game.
Watched.
But you know why I watched?
I still went to games.
I
you
watched.
were there.
Yeah, but you know why I watched? I watched because people like watching car crashes.
No,
that's what it was. It was a dumpster fire.
I watched waiting for those moments where Mariota did shine, and he had some moments. It wasn't all bad.
I watch because I'm a fan. Yeah. I don't watch because I'm hoping to lose.
No,
hoping. I'm not saying you do that either. I'm not saying you.
I'm watching because I'm hoping to win.
I understand.
But I don't think we're going to win.
I understand that. You can say that, whatever.
Now, I will say, after you read the schedule, it's not as bad. I'm going to retract my last statement. After you read the schedule, our floor is not 5-12. If we go 5-12, it's because some major players got hurt.
And we go 5-12. The Falcons had a season like the Braves had this year.
That schedule is not that bad. However, to just say that we're going to beat Minnesota in Minnesota, and just say we're going to beat New England in New England, and just say we're going to beat Arizona in Arizona, and just say we're going to beat San Francisco in San Francisco, and say we're going to sweep the Panthers and the Saints, you're going out on a lot of limbs.
But you also can't chalk up every away game.
You can't chalk them all. Yeah, exactly.
If you did that, if you chalked up every away like across the country game, then the NFL would be every team would be 7-8 or 7-9.
I don't think it's out of question that this team
7-10.
wins. This team can definitely win anywhere from 10 to 12 games. Like it's doable. And if you win 10 to 12 games, you're fighting for the playoffs. You may be in the playoffs.
So I will say, now that you've read that schedule off, I think our ceiling is 12-5,
mm-hmm.
and our floor is 7-10.
And 7-10 is gonna miss the playoffs.
And 7-10 to me is an abject failure based on what y'all have been telling me.
I agree.
We had 3 back-to-back.
But guess what? We're going to have to do, even if we go 7-10. We're going to have to close our eyes and just move forward Michael Penix again. We ain't got no choice.
Okay, but
we have no choice.
Again.
Well, hold on. What if we go 7-10 and it's not all Penix's fault? What if he goes down and insert Kirk Cousins and
then that's fine.
There's a lot of scenarios that can happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're drawing everything up as an if.
Yeah.
If.
Well, you have to.
Understand that.
Because it hasn't played out yet.
And with the if comes you have to have optimism and you have to have hope. You have to have something.
I have to base my prediction off of best case scenario. Our team is fully healthy the way it is constructed now.
We're not going into the season
expecting
someone to be injured.
I don't see us winning only 7 games. It's got to be at least 10 to 12 games that I see like fully healthy. Yeah. I mean, Falcons should be a playoff team.
I'm saying we can beat the Panthers twice. I'm saying we can do that.
I agree.
We can do that. I'm saying we can definitely beat the Saints twice. We can do that. I'm saying we can beat the Bucs twice. We did it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm saying we can beat the Vikings. I'm saying we can beat the Seahawks. I'm saying we're probably not going to beat the Bills. I'll draw that up. I predicted that we won on a couple episodes ago.
However, we did beat the Eagles last year.
There's going to be games where stuff like this happens. Yeah. So predicting, I don't think anyone in the world has ever predicted a perfect schedule. It's just not. It doesn't happen. So you put optimism and hope over pessimism and
Right.
just
But
not hatred, but you know what I'm saying? Because it's your team
and
it's
this
your fandom.
okay, so this right here isn't shitting on Penix. This is actually extrapolating even more. Okay, let's just look at some of those possibility games, right, that you're talking about. Let's look at the 49ers on the road. Let's look at Minnesota on the road. Let's look at New England on the road. Let's look at even the Commanders coming in here. Because to y'all's point, that was an overtime game last year, right?
We can beat the Commanders.
Okay, so let's just say all those games are going to be close, right? Are y'all saying that some of those games we're going to like beat them by like double digits?
No.
Well, it's possible.
Because based on what I've seen, those close games, Michael Penix can be fantastic. Bijan Robinson can be efficient. Defense can be lights out. And Raheem Morris will do something to screw it up.
Well, and if that's where you think.
Not all of them, but in a couple of them. He will get out coached by Kyle Shanahan. He will get out coached by Kevin O'Connell.
Why are we saying he's going to be out coached by Kyle Shanahan? What has he ever done?
He may even get out coached by Mike Vrabel in New England.
What are we saying that Kyle Shanahan has ever done to prove that he's the greatest?
I mean, Kyle Shanahan did have a fall in the Super Bowl. I mean, his management wasn't very good.
That management and that Super Bowl was piss poor.
You talking about the Falcons Super Bowl?
No, I'm talking about the 49ers against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
He was actually offensive coordinator in our Super Bowl, so he wasn't in charge of the clock.
But he also made piss poor decisions as an offensive coordinator in our Super Bowl.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
And I'm not just going off. This is going.
No, I know, but to your point,
you're also
how many conference championship games and Super Bowls has Kyle Shanahan been to as a coach?
How many has he won?
How many has he been to?
How many has he won?
How many has he been to?
How many has he won?
How many playoffs has Raheem been to as a coach?
Okay, so he was a coordinator.
None.
He was a defensive coordinator, and he was an offensive coordinator. Kyle Shanahan.
Zero.
Right? Kyle Shanahan, Raheem Morris. They were both coordinators. They've both been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How many has both of them won?
Raheem Morris has one with the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shanahan has none.
That's something.
Okay, that's fantastic.
You can't just say that.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic that Raheem Morris rode Sean McVay's coattails to Super Bowl. That's awesome.
Time out.
That is fantastic.
Sean McVay didn't coach the defense. Time out. You're saying that Raheem Morris is not going to get better at all. He's going to stay stagnant, and that's it.
Dude, his record speaks for itself.
He's going to have a good year this year.
His record speaks for itself.
He came back as a head coach last year for the first time in a while. For a while.
Dude, Tampa actually gave him time. He was the head coach there for 5 seasons. And he went...
And he literally admitted he sucked.
17-31.
And he admitted he sucked.
17-31.
Again.
What are we doing?
Again, he admitted he sucked. He went somewhere else, right? He went somewhere else.
Okay, you're right. He admitted he sucked.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so since we're comparing the two, where's Kyle Shanahan went that he sucked? Can you tell me?
Never.
Anywhere? Anywhere.
I'm not saying that he sucks.
Nowhere.
Has he gotten over the hump?
No.
Yeah. All this matters to what? This is the tree, right? You have the tree of everything in the NFL. Who gives a shit what you do? Who gives a shit what you do as a coordinator, as a head coach? If you don't get the Super Bowl, who cares? I don't care. I could care less.
Raheem Morris has shown a propensity to lose games, and it's because of him.
But you're also saying he won't
You
get better.
can't deny that.
You're also saying that he's going to be like, yes, I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with my timeouts every time. That's what you're saying.
But who's to say that, say Raheem Morris has some more, just boneheaded clock management this year. Like, who's to say that's it? Like, hey, man, like, you're gone, bro. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Like, it's not like we're stuck with Raheem Morris for the next damn 5 years.
But see, I hear you, and I get what you're saying.
He has to be able to.
But to me, as a fan, you have to have stability.
Yeah, but
to your point about the quarterback, we've went through. This is now our 6th quarterback since Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
You cannot keep going through head coaches every 2 to 3 years and think you're going to build a culture.
Okay.
You're not.
That also goes against your point.
At the end of the day, if you're not the guy for the job, you're not the guy for the job.
They're
giving him a chance to be that guy.
That also goes against your point. This all circles back. Were we going to have stability with Kirk Cousins? Do you truly believe that in your mind?
I do.
You truly believe that?
I truly believe that.
That's a whole different thing. We wanted stability at our quarterback position. We ensured we had stability at our quarterback position, essentially.
I agree with you. I
Okay.
just think it was, when you talk about
We-
business, it was stupid.
Cool. I understand that. In hindsight, yes, it was. We signed him. We're going back.
I know, but you technically signed a $100 million quarterback to not play quarterback for you.
No, we didn't. We signed him expecting him to play quarterback at a high level.
Yeah.
He played quarterback at a high level for 7 games, like that, something like that, 10 games maybe, and then he sucked. He went from, oh my gosh, I had a 500-yard passing.
Well,
he sucked.
We'll give you a game here, a game there, a game here, a game there. That's what it was. It wasn't like, hey, I'm good for 7 consecutive games, because it wasn't. It was a game here, a game there, a game here. Like, he was decent.
He went 1-1. Cool. Then he had on a little streak.
I think he had 3 really good games.
And the Eagles game wasn't even really that crazy.
It wasn't.
It was because we won. It was because we won. So we give him credit.
All I care about.
And we give him credit for that.
As long as we win.
Both the Bucs games, he had good games. I'll say that.
Both of them.
He had some shaky parts in there, but it's gonna happen.
But none of the other games was like really like
the Cowboys. He lit the Cowboys up.
Okay, yeah, that was a good game. That was a good game.
He lit the Cowboys up?
Yes.
Himself.
We as a team lit the Cowboys up.
Okay.
We just stomped them into the ground.
We almost lost that game.
So, all right. So to your point, I don't want to.
And that was with Dak not in the game. Half of it.
Yeah, I don't want to keep going around in circles like you said, but I do want to point out that this whole thing that we've talked about. Yeah,
bundle it together.
I know. The whole thing we talked about was when I said if they go 7-10, is it an abject failure? And then he said, well, what if Michael Penix wasn't the fault? This is what I want to leave you with. What if he is?
Wow.
We're screwed if he is.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
We're screwed if he is. I'm sorry. If he stays healthy, plays all 17 games, you now have Kirk Cousins, who's another year older, or most likely, to your point, we're probably going to end up trading him at some point.
Yeah.
Then we're stuck with Penix, who isn't the guy, for at least another year.
For me, in my opinion, no one in the entire world is ever going to get the bow and arrow, sling it, and bullseye a pick. Like, literally. Player evaluation, when has that ever happened? They're 100% correct on player evaluation. You get a guy, Puka Nacua is in the 5th round. You have people all the time like this.
I mean,
player evaluation is all over.
I agree with you, but there are players.
Yes.
I agree with you, though.
So if that happens, unfortunately, we had more bad luck.
Yeah.
We're going into that, picking him, thinking this is what we have. This is what we see out of him. This is the only thing we can see out of him, and the only thing we can hope for. Only thing we can't put him in a real life scenario of him in the NFL in a Super Bowl and see if he wins. We can't do that. No one can do that. We have to hope. Again, this brings back to hope and brings back to optimism and everything. Player evaluation is hope. I mean, it's pretty much what it is. You're like, well, that guy looks pretty good.
You pick him for what his upside can be. I mean,
but everyone can have a downside, a major downside. Marcus Russell, they were like, yes. Player evaluation, blah, 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 blah. He's going to be the best quarterback ever. He sucks.
Yeah. I mean, upside to Jamarcus Russell, huge arm, right?
Huge arm.
Best arm in the draft.
He was the craziest quarterback in college.
Yeah.
Downside, he sucked balls.
He was a meathead. That's the downfall. He was a damn meathead. I mean, that's what it was. He got to the NFL, didn't care, right?
Just to say, if Michael Penix is bad, we're screwed. Yes, that's how every team works out.
And
were they expecting Josh Allen to be what they were? Hopefully, maybe.
Well,
but they drafted him
the way they drafted him, yeah.
They wanted to be. Yeah, they went up and got him. Yeah. So.
This is what you do. This is what players and teams, not players. This is what teams and organizations.
All right, but my question is, okay, so say we go 7-10, and Penix he starts all 17 games, and we can honestly point the finger at Michael Penix and be like, all right, he's got to play better. Like we don't.
It's his first full year.
Yeah, it's his first full season. We don't just go away from him.
You can't.
You
really can't.
Like,
no, that's what I just said. Yeah. We're stuck with him.
Exactly.
That's not stuck.
But see, then we go into the next season, right? And we still have to be optimistic, right? You still have Bijan, you still have Drake, you still have to be. You still have James Pierce, you still have Jalen Walker.
You have to be optimistic.
I mean, I still don't think it's like, oh man, we're screwed. I still think there's optimism, even if we have a bad season this year, which I don't see happening. But we still have optimism. We still have something that we can be excited about.
And that is literally, I think, just our point.
Yeah.
We can make arguments for both of our points.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone can. I see where you're coming from. Business decisions were kind of bad. And a lot of Falcons fans can agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just unfortunately how it went. But again, as Falcons fans, to wrap it and bundle it all up, especially for both of us, being a fan is we can't be in that room unless we get a job and somehow that happens, whatever. We can't be in that room as a fan. We can't see what that's their job. Their job as player evaluators and head coaches and GMs and all this is to do what they do. And all we can do is say, all we can do as backseat ball players can say is, let's see what happens. I hope it pans out.
Let's see what happens, or I told you so.
Or that's it. And that's both of our points.
And just 20 minutes ago, that's what I said.
Yep.
I said, as a fan, I hope to God I'm wrong.
Yep.
I hope I'm wrong.
But you also said,
but this is my prediction.
Right.
Yeah. Because you want to be right in your prediction.
So you
don't want to look like a jackass.
Yeah.
In your prediction.
Well, you hope you're right because you want to be right, but then if you are right, the Falcons had a bad season,
and that sucks.
So it's like.
But I have to be like, I told you so.
So like we said, it's like being a jackass in different ways.
Trust me, I agree.
It's almost like you don't really get a win out of it.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like. I don't like that I feel this way.
Yeah.
I don't like that I feel this way.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. I will acquiesce to this. To put a bow on this. This is a 2-hour show. It's got which we said it was.
Yeah.
Gonna
And
be
sorry,
like
we've only been talking about the Falcons a lot. We knew this was going to happen. We did the show for a reason. We're all Falcons fans.
So
it's just how
I will hold off my burning the house down until after week 1.
We'll see. I mean,
okay.
He has all the prep time in the world.
Okay.
He gets to be ready. He is the starter, unquestioned. No competition whatsoever. The keys were handed to him.
That's right.
Put in his back pocket.
That's right.
Said, here, you drive the Ferrari.
He is the quarterback now.
He is the quarterback.
That's right.
And I will give it till after week 1.
And then what?
We'll see how he does.
Okay.
And I will be objective. If he plays well, I will come here and say he played well. And I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But if he plays bad.
Okay. We're talking about one game.
Mm-hmm. One game.
Okay.
Hey, look, we take one game at a time.
That's right.
Now, if he plays bad, I'm not going to be like, see? Cut him.
Shut him off.
But if he plays bad and he loses us a game, every time that happens, I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to look at y'all.
Well, we're ready for it.
I mean, yeah.
We're ready for the heated discussions.
We are prepared for this moment because we are Falcons fans.
And I'm expecting the same thing if I have to eat crow every week. And I'll eat it. I'll have a plate of crow right here and I'll eat it right in front of you.
Okay.
Okay?
So I think we have all given essentially our predictions for winners and losers and all that. I don't think we're going to run over the schedules.
No.
A little late.
Yeah.
I personally say the Falcons, with optimism, will win the division. We had the opportunity last year and we threw it away. We have every opportunity to do it this year with a better defense. That was my prediction. That's what I say. I think all of us can say that the Saints will lose the division.
I'm going to go Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints. Falcons miss playoffs.
I'm saying Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints. Falcons get in the playoffs.
I'm saying Falcons, Bucks, Panthers, Saints. That's kind of the 2 and 3 and 4, or the 3 and 4 are very all similar for us. I say the Bucks and the Falcons both make the playoffs. I think NFC South actually has a better year because we've actually been getting somewhere as our teams.
We've been building.
So we'll see.
All right.
That's all we can do is see.
Well,
as backseat ball players, that's all we can do is see.
It's all love.
Nice conversation.
It's all
Thank
love.
you for coming on.
It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. All right. Well, as we always say every week, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next episode doing the NFC North. Probably won't be this heated, but hey, this was a fun episode. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And remember, as always, your opinion matters just like ours does, so you don't have to stay in the back seat.
Run, Alvin, run.